Hey y'all. Sorry I'm a minute or two late. But I got to searching something and then I was banging my head off the wall. So I am here now. We're going to just talk a little bit about everything that's going on all over the place. So let's get going. Hey y'all. Okay. Sorry, I am a little off kilter here tonight. Okay. Oops. What did I just do there? Okay, there we go. All right, let me run up and say hello really quick, you guys. Sorry, this is a late night one. This is a little odd timing for me. Very rarely do I come on at night. Hey, Catherine. Hey, Thor. Am, Terry, Josh, A One Way Street, Steph, Revival, Tia. Did I miss Tia in there too? Oh, it might just be cutting off what I can see. Crafty Girl, SS. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. There it goes again. Why is it doing that? It's being ridiculous. It's being all sorts of ridiculous in here. Sorry, guys. I'm sitting outside. Oh, here goes the wind. We'll go inside in a second. Hey, Narcykins. Oh, it's really picking up. Holy shit. Tia. There's Tia. Whispers. Duchess. Of course, the wind has to pick up. I was excited to sit outside with you guys. Hey, Kathy. But we'll go sit upstairs. Hey, Andrea. Anyaka. I always pronounce that fucked up every time. It's different every time. Hey, Roro. You guys talking football? Canvas and Crime. Denim. Petunia. Pika. Miss Leah. Y'all, what a crazy week it's been. Hey, Janice. Shop. Bobby. Shop, I hope you're doing good. I think about you all the time. I'm wondering how you're doing. Broken Bougie. Christina, love you. Muffin Mouse. Lorraine, Penny for your thoughts. Okay, we got some shit to talk about. Okie Crime News. Charla. Is that Charla? Hey, Jules, if it is, it's good to see you. Y'all, Nana's not drunk. Oh, I think it is. So good to see some of you. Cat's Eye. Smiles. CK. It's good to see the late night crowd is totally different than the daytime crowd. Hey, TK, Just Carry Me. Sheila. Angel Chips Delco. The mods are all here. Hey, Diana. Chico's. Eeyore Blue. Stonefly. Pretty Eye. Okie, thank you for becoming a member. Stitching. Welcome to the cabana, Okie. Jennifer. Skipped my Lou. Sorry, I'm getting through it. Twist, you know it's going to be a mess if it's after dark. I'm already given the petty warning. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Rachel. It's just been that week, and I have no patience or tolerance left for 99% of the internet. Hey, Nana L. Corinne. No, Janice, you got him going earlier, too. He sat there and whined at me for like 15 minutes when we got off the phone. I was like, shit.
I did not.
Not you, Dexter.
Oh.
Lip Locked, Carabrie. It's a totally different crowd tonight. Hey, Music City Mom. It's good to see some of the late nighters. There's Twist and Rachel again. That Michelle. Lauren Cakes. Coco, Katie. All right, Petty Becky's coming out tonight. Dave G, hello, because we got some talking to do. We're going to start off with talking about Reporter Room. How many of you remember when I reviewed the Reporter Room and most of you guys were like, who the hell is this chick? Well, Reporter Room is probably moved up on the notch of lists of foul, disgusting exploiters of all exploiters, and I'm going to explain why. Hey, Zero. Hey, YouTube bad actors. And I just can't even believe the shit I'm seeing. Hey, Andy C. I don't know what has gotten into these people. So we're going to start off with that. And then we're going to go into Mr. E's True Crime Cast. Napa Valley Girl. Zero, I hope you're doing good. I barely catch you anymore either. Teresa, Straight Talker. It feels like I haven't seen any of you in so long. Hey, Sean. Hey, Happy Life. Angel Sleuth. Going back to preloads for me has been so calming. It calms my soul. But it's a lot of stress. I get consumed. You love the spicy, petty nonsense. You're one of few. Hey, Canvas and Crime. People are like, you're always petty. No, bitch, I'm not. I'm just a realist, and most of you can't handle it. And that's just the truth. Hey, Spicy Sugar. Oh, Tia, I'm with you. I am with you. With you. Sweet and Sleuthy. I'm an equal opportunity hater. I've never lied to you guys about that. Hey, Gracie B. Hey, Lisa. It's just been that week where you just watch everybody and you're like, is this really happening? You're Zero. You're up late. Hey, Deborah. All right. I think I'm almost through, everybody. Kathy, it's 7:41 here. I'm with you. I'm in Arizona. Roll Tide. Miss America. Yes. Miss America, aka Reporter Room. Are you nuts? Hello, Katie. Katie, could you email me if you could? I would love to talk to you. I talked to our friend today and I want to get her something. So I want to be able to, anyways, if you have time, if you could email me, I would like to do something for our friend. Yeah. If you have a moment in the next few days or whenever, I would love to talk to you. My heart's a little broken over all of that. Hey, Rondi. Organized Confusion, Dynamite, Sweetie Cake, Kathy Clock the House, Steph, Enid, Linda. I swear I get through these and then everybody else comes in. Hey, Crazy Grandma, Roberta. Sorry, guys, the wind is bad. I will go in. Tiny Dancer. Yep, we're gonna go all the places. Hey, Mimi of 8. We're going there. We're going all of those. Okay, this wind. Hey, up. All right. Yeah, it's another universe, that's for fucking sure out here. Roll Tide. Hey, we. Yeah, I don't even. Some people. Hey, Laura. Who is normal? I was never normal. I never have claimed to be normal, so I'm off that list for sure. Hey, Cat's Eye. Hey, Misfit Cooter. Hey, Cammy, KB. Holy shit, there's a lot of you in here tonight. Jojo Nanny, Jen Trex. Jeez Louise. Every time I think I'm to the bottom, a few more. Hey, Death Grips. Okay, let's just get going. We're going to pop over to Chasing Truth because she already has this laid out in a community post, and I just want to talk about it and talk some shit because this blonde-haired bimbo bitch, fake ass pageant. I told you, Petty Becky, it's after dark, so if you have kids around, please exit the room. Put earbuds in, something, because it's all coming out tonight because I am sick of motherfucking people. I am sick of motherfucking people. Did you hear me first time? I'm sick of you fuckers. Not you in the chat. Some of you probably, not all of you, but people like Reporter Room, Jessica, Miss Fake Pageant, Beauty Queen, fucking who thinks it's okay to attempt to put a trademark on a missing child's name, a title of a motion picture. She's applied for a trademark under this child's name. So let's go over to Chasing's post here. This phony ass, fake ass bitch. This bitch tried to strike me when I reviewed her last time. All right, so this is this bitch. So let's go down here. I think she's got 2 posts. Yes. So Chasing went to research and verify. Yes, this person who appears to be connected to a certain YouTube channel, the Reporter Room, I'll say it, the Reporter Room, did file this copyright. This here is wild. And Chasing did all of her homework, you know, like true Chasing does. You see the title is Secrets and Lies. Sebastian Rogers, Katie Proudfoot lying. So what this bitch is attempting to do is she's attempting to get is it a copyright? It's through the USPTO, whatever it is. Copyright Trademark Office. She is trying to get that title with Sebastian's name in it, copyrighted, because she is attempting to sue traders. This bitch has the audacity to use a missing child's name. You see what's on your screen? Go look it up. You can do all of it. Chasing did all of it for us. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yep. I'm wondering if she's going to try to do that on the title of the video that I reviewed her in, so she can try the same. Bring it, bitch. Bring it, because I will make you the laughing stock in national media. Trust and believe, because you are sick. You need fucking help. Fucking crazy shit. This is a missing minor child, and this petty bitch can't handle being exposed or reviewed. So she attempted to do this shit. This bitch tried striking me, so I got nothing good to say about her as is. Reporter Room, come in here, Jessica. Get your little beauty queen fucking fake bullshit ass in here. Come in here. Let's have a chat, you fucking phony ass bitch. Who does this to a missing child and their mom? She's attempting to go after traders. That's why she did this, because traders exposed her for, I think she exposed her for being a fraudulent reporter, basically. In my opinion, that's basically what I got out of it. And this is the title of the video that traders reviewed. This is the video that traders reviewed. So she's attempting to do all this. Traders has not been. Yes, Yep. Yep was the first one that I saw too. By the way, Yep did. Yep busted this can of biscuits too. Chasing just took it a little further. So thanks to the girls in the comment section. Yep, and Chasing. This is all their work. Hats off to you guys, because I had no clue what was going on here. Traders had said stuff while I was reviewing Reporter Room, but it went right over my head. Totally over my head, because I was like, what the hell? So please, big shout out to Yep and Chasing for taking this further and really getting on this. I saw this and I was like, this has got to be a joke. This has got to be a joke. Let's go over and look at her page right quick, just because I feel absolutely petty tonight and I cannot understand how you people can support this nonsense. This is some bullshit if I've ever seen anything. Straight up clown. Straight. Oh, God. That's. Ooh. Let's go here. Okay. Here's her page. Just so everybody knows who we're talking about. This is who we're talking about. Let's go read her. I love to do this because this is my favorite thing that she's got on here. It says, subscribe and join the Reporter Room family with investigative journalist Jessica. I'm a legacy verified on Twitter. You can pay for that. Verified on Facebook and verified on Spoutable. You probably can pay for those too. Reporter Room was featured in the New York Post, selected by FeedSpot panelists as one of the top true crime YouTube channels on the web, and was featured in meow.com. Mission: bring you interesting videos with an analysis of crimes, crime scenes, and suspects, and covering financial scams, Ponzi schemes, mysteries, missing persons, conspiracies, and celebrity crimes. You're invited to join the Reporter Room as a valued channel member of our kind Reporter Room family. A bit about myself. I'm a trusted member of the Society of Professional Journalism. She paid to do that too. I reside in the US with my family and our cat Cuddles. I've been covering news stories for over a decade. Are you a true crime lover who enjoys thrillers and mysteries? No. No, I don't. The only thing that's mysterious is when your green screen glitches, and why do you wear that purple scarf all the time? I mean, that's what I gotta ask. But anyways, let's go down here a little bit further because this is some sick shit. So let's just keep looking here. Oh, yeah. No, I know. I've reviewed her before. I reviewed when she was defending Betty. I reviewed her, and that's the video she attempted to strike me. Yes, she claims that she was a beauty queen at one point in time. She's got 2 different titles. One, I think, is something to do with Arizona. I don't know. It's all a bunch of horse shit, in my opinion. Anyways, let's go look at her videos down here. Let's just go. Hi, reporter room. Should have stopped while you were ahead. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see how many videos she has done on Sebastian. This takes balls. This takes balls to do this. This is all I got to say. So she started covering this right here 4 months ago. 4 months ago, live, Sebastian Rogers, new info and red flags. Then live, bombshell, Sebastian Rogers, new enhanced. She's got Seth for, oh, she's restreaming other people's content. Shocker. I mean, not really. She even has a disclaimer that rolls across the thing that nobody can use her shit all the time. Where is Sebastian Rogers and how did he, what's this one? Oh God, her face. And how did he get there? Let's see. What else do we got here? Latest update, Sebastian Rogers, Proudfoot parents. Look at all these shocking updates, Sebastian Rogers. Latest update, Sebastian Rogers. Shocking, Sebastian Rogers. Talk about clickbait. Bombshell, Sebastian Rogers. Sebastian Rogers, Chris Proudfoot confronts Seth. This is some horse shit. Look at this. So for 4 months, she's been pumping this. The Mattress. A fucking joke. Secrets and Lies. This is the one right here that she's attempting to hit. Dumpster Fire. Blackmail. Chilling Info. Duper's Delight. More Lies. New info, which there hasn't been any new info. And this was from 2 months ago. Wow. She's got Chris's picture on this one, and it says body found. It should be en route to Memphis, is what she says. Hey, Twist. Sebastian Rogers door body cam shows activity. This is just this woman. But she is attempting to get a copyright on the titles of her videos. She calls them they're under the motion pictures. She's got 39.4K subs. This is something else. I got to come over here and read the comments. What do you guys think about this? Let's go back to Chasing's post so you guys can see what I'm doing this again. Please go check out Chasing and Yep's posts on this too. Please thumbs up, get the word out on these. This needs to be talked about all over the place. Oh, I can't even believe this. Yeah. Yep. Who does this? This is somebody's child. This is somebody's missing child. Cats, I have no idea truly how that works. This is not my wheelhouse of expertise with anything with trademark copyright. I'll be the first to say that. That's why I'm not taking it super far, because I don't understand how all this works. You wouldn't even think a parent of a missing child would have to confront something like this. This is so beyond what I ever expected to see. Dynamite. Hopefully not. I would assume no. It's just under the motion picture category. Mostly the view grabbing ones. Isn't that crazy? Yep, again, huge shout out. Thank you for, I don't even know how you got this figured out, but this is intense. This is something I never expected to see. Like, you've got to be sucking the bottom of the barrel right here to be able to do this shit. Like, you have got to be a desperate fool to try to copyright a title of a video on fucking YouTube that maybe has like 30,000 views max, 40,000 subs, and you're trying to do this because people reviewed you and you're a crybaby bitch. Meanwhile, you use other people's commentary and say it's fair use. I told you, gloves are off. Gloves are fucking off tonight. And she loves Betty. And this is all public info. I ain't doxing shit. This is all out there. So don't start with that shit. There you go. There's the registration and the full title of the works. Charlotte, thank you so much for the gift and memberships. Welcome to the cabana, whoever got gifted. Passion for Victims. Reporter Room, Jessica, is attempting to copyright. Is that right? Yep. Am I saying that right? Is it copyright or trademark? I think it's a copyright. She's attempting to copyright titles of videos that she's done on Sebastian's case. One of them being Secrets and Lies. Sebastian, let me see the full. Sebastian Rogers, Katie Proudfoot lying. She's attempting to copyright the title of the motion. It's in the motion picture category. Yes, copyrights are filed. She's filed for copyrights on this. Yeah, she's not trying. No, she's trying to copyright the title, from my understanding, because it's got to be original works. And she uses other people's work, like news articles, things of that nature, in the video. So I don't even think she can call that original work. So I think it solely has to be the title of her video, truly. Secrets and Lies, Sebastian Rogers by itself. Thank you. Who does this, though? Who does this? Because Traders reviewed her? Was she doing it before Traders reviewed her? Yep. Do you know? See, this is why I love the girls. There are so many people that have been. Right, Thor? This is just disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. She did it the day the video was published. What the fuck? This is some sick shit. Is there anybody in here? 531 of you. Is there anyone in here that thinks this is acceptable? Let me come out wherever you are. I would really like somebody in here to tell me how this is acceptable. This is a missing child who has parents. Anybody want to take up for this bitch? Please, feel free. I'm in the mood. Come defend this shit. Hell, I'll even drop you a link if you want to defend this shit. Make you look like the fools you are. How is not everybody outraged by this? We don't even know where the child is. Abso-fucking-lutely, Thor. Say that again. If anybody thinks this is acceptable after Becky cusses you out the doors, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Oh, she's a hateful bitch, Ellen. That's why I saved her for Saturday or Friday night after dark, because there ain't nothing. I laughed at her ass when she tried to strike me because YouTube said, hell no. Nope, not today, not tomorrow, not any other day. Friday night cookout. I might be cutting out. It's probably the wind. She needs a padded cell. Just crack me up. MN Greg, It might be the wind that you're hearing in the background. I'll go in a second, but right, Jen? Right? Me too. How can anybody? How is it harmful? He's a missing child, and the only reason why she's doing it is to be a petty bitch. What's the purpose of it? That's my first and foremost question to you. What's the purpose of it? Except to exploit the child further. She has, it's a, even to use their names in a title like that, I'm sorry. Oh, good. Thank you, Nicole. Yeah, it's exploitation of the furthest. It's just the fact that anybody would even take it this far, that they would take a YouTube video this far with not even 40,000 subs. And from my understanding, it's to attempt anybody that reviews her, she can hit their video with copyright, which is still under fair use. Sweetie Cake, I'm not sure. See, this is not my area expertise. Yes. It's to control the haters, in her words. She does not, she hates being reviewed. Oh my gosh, Kelly J. That's a whole other fucking ball game in itself. Let me just tell you, that dumb bitch just needs to stay dumb. She's dumb as fuck. Anybody believes that shit? Oh yeah. Like it's so unbelievably dumb. I don't even have a defense to that because yeah. Like truly on that one. Right? A one-way street. Who would even think to do that? Who would even think to do Nursey Kins? It sure has. It sure has. Nonsense only trolls for nonsense. And I troll out front very publicly. When I'm trolling you, it's very publicly, like posting a picture of my foot and letting you go scramble around the internet and comparing my foot to other people's feet or my hand. Like that's the type of trolling I did. So just to check everybody all at once.
You didn't tell me you posted pictures of your feet on the internet
a long time ago, almost 2 years ago, and they've resurfaced again because now it's nothing. Unfortunately, I guess I'm on a payroll and still haven't gotten paid for it. This is just ridiculous. Oh, she hates people commenting on her video.
Hi there, Michelle.
Oh, no, Jen Lou. It's completely fucking disgusting, isn't it? It's so gross. So gross. There's the full, and you can go look this up to yourself if you want to investigate it further. Again, huge shout out to Yep and Chasing for taking it further. Only Feets. Hey, Kay.
Thanks, Josh B. Good to see you, buddy.
I also, all of those posts too are still up on Facebook and probably my YouTube channel too, just so you guys know. Hey, J-Dub. Good to see you. If anybody wants to see, I also put my ass next to Molly, Mallory, Spanky, and a bunch and said one thing is not like the others for people to pick out which was which, you know, kind of easy to pick out. But that's the type of trolling I did. So anyways, this is Reporter Room that we're talking about.
You post a picture of my appendages too?
I think so. At one time I did, yeah. Kenzie's sending Kyle's pictures out all the time.
Chico, I mean, people pay for foot pics. They're fucking weird.
Kyle's over here like, I want to get paid for my feet. Kenzie takes pictures and trolls people with them.
If we could
with feet, only feet.
I damn near killed myself for the last couple weeks.
You're fucking wild. Kyle's like, I'll butter up my toes for something. Okay, so let's go back to this. Told you it's a true Friday here. This is who we're talking about.
Hey,
right here. This one. This one right here. This is who this is that's doing this. Yep. Who even, like, what do you have to, J-Dub, don't ask, what do you have to get to in life to feel that this is something worth the time of doing. Her shocked face.
Hi, Grandma Sherry.
Hey, Wabi Sabi.
What? Bless you.
No. Hey, Bonnie. Who's okay with this? I know, Smiles. You know, my blood pressure's up with this shit. Oh, Jen Lu. Make that money.
Yeah, here you go. We don't judge.
If she won a pageant, I'm Miss America. Okay, I'll stop. No, please let it rip. It's Friday night. It's after hours. We ain't got nobody. By the way, all of my videos are marked 18 and older. Like, that's the type of content I do. She defends BHB too. I reviewed her before and she was defending. Charlotte, I doubt they know. That's why we're gonna just keep pushing it out here. Again, huge thank you to Yep and Chasing Truth for doing these. We're just gonna keep pushing it out further and further so more people know. I want everybody to know what you're supporting out here. You guys want to piss her off? Let's go.
What?
Let's pull up one of her videos. Ready?
Oh, God, no.
This is all under fair use. This falls under commentary purposes.
Plug your ears, everybody.
It falls under fair use under the copyright. Let's see. Let's figure out which one she does. Exposing the truth. Oh, she's going to expose.
You know, I really appreciate you guys' feedback on this. Okay, so let me check in with chat, and then we're going to dive into Narked Divers for a second.
Oh, she's going to dive into something. Like the shitstorm you are, aren't you? Let's see here.
Statistics on.
She's such a beauty queen with those filters on. Those filters do her wonders.
How many young people do go missing here in the United States every single day, every single year? And we're going to be talking a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit about Uncle Taco.
Oh, she's going to talk about Uncle Taco.
So Peter Hyatt, if you don't know who he is, let me just.
Another clown.
I don't want her to talk about any taco.
Sure.
Definitely not.
And he just really.
Look at her though. Look at the bottom of the screen. Do you see the copyright in there? Do you see the copyright in the corner? The WSMV copyright in the corner? Do you see that shit? Absolutely am. Abso-freaking-lutely. Sebastian, I am so irritated, you guys. Please excuse my anger tonight, too. I'm so frustrated and angry that Chris, Katie, even Seth have to go through this shit. I got my feelings, and I'm going to keep it mute tonight. But, yeah. Anyways, I cannot believe what this family has to go through because their child is missing. And we're going to get into a little bit more here in a little bit. Crazy bitch. She weirds me out, too.
I felt like because Katie was the one who last saw Sebastian, that she should have been the one to contact law enforcement.
Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up. She was on the phone, okay? I can't even imagine what shambles I would be in if my child was missing. I probably couldn't even speak. Thankfully, she has a partner, a partner that steps in to pick her up when she...
herself. And
keep cuddling with your cat cuddles, you crazy bitch.
And, so he felt like this was the first silence by Katie Proudfoot. And to be clear, he also emphasized that he wasn't going after the Proudfoots specifically.
Her work is so original. She's quoting Peter Hyatt. So original works. She's got a copyrighted news segment and quoting Peter Hyatt. She's so spectacular.
That if
let's go find, hold on, pause, hold on. I'm going to be real petty. You want the petty to come out?
No
this will be worth it. If I get a strike, this will be worth every fucking bit of it.
I triple dog dare you.
I want to find one with the beanie.
I've been trying to
there.
figure out how to get membership for the past 45 minutes. I can't figure it out.
That's not my fault. That's your fault.
Yeah, well.
Holy shit. Now, this is a beauty queen if I've ever seen one. Ta-da! Mrs. America at your service. It's not a crown.
Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof.
Did you hear that? Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof. There you go. Just put a crown on it. I'm sorry. There's no nice words that could be said about this woman. She is trying to copyright the title of a video, a YouTube video. This is how serious this bitch is taking it, to try and control criticism in the narrative that she is shoving out here on a missing child, a 15-year-old missing child. Why? Why?
What?
Hold on. Sorry, Kenzie came out. Oh, yeah. You know what, MS? I've already made a decision. And for me, if he comes home and, well, I'll talk about that later. But yeah, I will never let him see these videos, trust and believe. That's one thing that I feel very strongly about. Silly Rabbit, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into a little bit of BHB and kind of what's going on there with the Mr. E's crime cast. Coco, I don't know. Yeah, okay. Here, let's see what she was saying on this one.
To you.
Oh, she's got a picture of her on the screen and she's in the little box over here. Now, this is some double trouble. Definitely not double the pleasure or double the fun.
This is from WBBJ 7 Eyewitness News. You got
More original works.
Sorry, Twist. I thought you heard me when I said hi to you. I miss you, Twist.
More original works with these news articles.
know I love to use local sources, but they're
Local sources. You know I love to use local sources. The fuck is this? Truly. Sparrow, a little bit better today. The sass came back. The sass came back. Kyle sassy too. We got our sassy pants back on tonight.
I haven't been on in a minute.
You definitely have been off for a few minutes.
there has been someone was found located at a
Did you hear that dramatic sigh?
cemetery. We're going to look at where in just a second. So the details are limited at this time, but sources say that a body was found in Henderson County.
So freaking original. She wrote all of this. Oh my God. Cha-ching.
WWJ 7 Eyewitness News tipster.
She is such an investigative reporter and a journalist that she goes out to Google and writes names in the search bar, hits enter. Ta-da! She investigated. Look what she found. I swear.
Shared this Friday morning, and it was located at Spring Hill Cemetery in Sardis. And I'm going to show you why this is important. So they said that they spoke with the Henderson County Sheriff, Brian Duke, who confirmed that the individual had passed and was found in this location. And at this time, no other further information.
Who confirmed a deceased individual has been found at that location. She couldn't even read it.
Has been confirmed. We're working
I guess it's original now because she twisted a couple words. Okay, I see what you do there. I gotcha.
together to gather more details and expect to have an update later today. So we'll be continuing to update that. But
can you imagine listening to this torture for fucking 2 hours?
let me just show you where this is and why I think it's significant. I'm sorry I'm not on camera. I just,
no. Don't apologize. We're glad you're not.
wanted to get going with this and did not want to
Oh my God, look at that glamour shot. I feel like I just got taken back to the 1980s.
Oh,
Dilly dally around. Okay, so
She doesn't want to dilly dally around.
J.C. Penney
Catalog?
fashion shot.
Hey, I like pennies. They have great bath towels. She's so
I'm going to continue to follow this, but let me just show you why I think this is significant. Okay, so you can see on the map here.
Oh my God, she's even using Google Maps. It's so fucking original.
Told you nature rocks. Told you to plug your ears.
Everybody disconnects. Reporter room's on it.
This is the shit that make people at Guantanamo Bay listen to.
Where the
Hey, Mercedes.
at any given time,
Oh my God, she
women
uses
would not have
Google
known about the events that are actually happening. But again,
She uses another news article. Oh, who is this guy here?
took down
What's she got to say about
Adela
him?
Davies. I'm an investigative journalist. My job is to investigate.
Oh hell, what the hell is this shit that she's playing? We might have to look at this.
Happy
Look at her.
and alive. Wherever you are, just know that we are not going to stop. We're not gonna stop.
Is she trying to be like Law and Order SVU? Verified account. She has her little paid for blue check marks in her intro. No fucking no.
Oh my god.
Somebody take me out.
Bitches, I paid $9.99 for this.
Holy shit.
This is Reporter Room.
What you looking up at that corner for over there? Look at her. All of her little blue check collection.
Jessica Della Davies.
Hello, reporter room investigators. Welcome. I'm so glad to see you today.
What the fuck is up with this
Jesus, this is
Sesame
horrible.
Street voice?
Wow.
Hi, kids. You like violence? What's the rest of that song? Nine Inch Nails and
eyelids.
that's all I can know.
God damn.
This is like Children of the Corn shit right here. This is enough to give you nightmares. Told you. It's Friday night. If anybody's offended, please check out before I offend the fuck out of you because it's coming out tonight.
I mean, I don't see a world where somebody puts the headphones on and turns this on and says, "Fuck yeah, I'm gonna have a good day now." Like this is like listening to a fucking car accident for 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, nobody docks her. This is all out here publicly, everybody. Her name is in her about section. She is very proud of that. She puts it in her intro. So anybody that's even attempting to say anybody docks her, no, sit the fuck all the fuck way down. Sit down. Sit all the way down. This is all public info that she has in her about section and her intros of her videos. Let's be very clear on that.
My name is Jessica Della Davies. I'm an investigative journalist. My job is to investigate crimes, crime scenes, and potential suspects and share with you.
Her job is to investigate crimes, crime scenes. Did you just for dramatic effect, we got to do it again.
This is Reporter Room with Jessica Della Davies.
Hello, reporter room investigators. Welcome. I'm so glad to see you today. My name is Jessica Della Davies. I'm an
She even says her full name too. Suck it.
investigative journalist. My
And it's even in her little section.
job is to investigate crimes, crime
Crime scenes,
scenes, and potential suspects.
and potential suspects. It's her job to investigate crimes, crime scenes, and potential. Bitch, what? Where'd you get your degree from? The fucking same website that you bought the blue check marks at?
I bet she gets called from Langley all day long to go investigate.
She could be related to Spanky, especially with his comparison of campers, two different angled photos. Must be two different campers, right? Even though it's the same fucking dumb camper. Some of these people, you people make my brain fucking hurt and my ass itch.
What?
Chico's line. Chico always says these people make her ass itch. So I stole it because they make my booty itch too.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that's.
They make me feel like I don't know.
I think that's something different.
No.
I think it looks like him. I mean, granted, she's kind of like him, but
and share with you how to do the same thing. If you
Oh, and she's going to share with you today. We are going to learn how to investigate crimes, crime scenes, and potential suspects. This can't fucking be real.
haven't subscribed and joined the Reporter Room family, then please do like, share, leave a comment, and know that
Oh, yeah.
everything I'm sharing with you is my opinion.
Oh, look at this.
where did she get her?
The views expressed in this video are for educational purposes and are only my opinion. Opinions are not facts. This content is for entertainment and educational purposes only. These views are...
You know what? That's the same thing that Tucker Carlson used in court.
This lady right here. For anybody coming in late, this woman right here that we're reviewing and talking shit about right here, that I'm talking shit about, very gladly talking shit about, is attempting to copyright the title of a video with a missing minor's name in it. Do I need to say more? Hey, Jessica, if you got a problem and you need the support number, it's 1-800-GET-FUCKED. FUCT. Capital T. Call someone who cares. There is nothing entertaining about a missing child. And mine says the same thing, but still. Look at how she's talking. This is a missing child. Why did she cut half his head off? Look at how misshaped his head is. Hold on, you guys aren't on the wrong screen. Hold on, you got to see all this joy. What happened to his head? She made him... What did she do? That's a bad editing job, ma'am. If I was him, I'd be pissed at you.
She's trying to make him thinner.
No, she... What did she do to his head?
Well,
I don't even want to know. Never mind. Moving on from that question. Never mind.
Part of the Sebastian Rogers case, and also now the Caleb.
But what did she do to his head? I can't stop looking at it.
she didn't read the packet when she got Photoshop. She just plugged the CD in and went for it.
What did she do to him? I mean, you don't have to do much to make him ugly, but Jesus.
The Harris case, there are rumors going around that he was let go by the Caleb Harris family after Tony Mathis reappropriated, would be the nicest way I could put it. Basically, there was a TikTok account set up for missing Caleb Harris. I don't know if this was Caleb's account.
Wow. Look what she did to Tony.
Or if Tony Mathis set it up, but he took down everything related to Caleb Harris. He took down Caleb Harris's name.
Yeah, we know.
Based consulting and clinical psychologist of more than 40 years. So these are not like a typical flasher type. These are usually people in high profile positions, and they are doing this. They're acting on impulses, not compulsions. So these impulses are narcissistic, ego related.
What is she reading? Does she write herself a script? What is she doing here?
This is according to USA Today, and or feeding off a sense of
it's original works. It's original works. She used USA Today again.
Omnipotence. So they're acting out a fantasy that is based on a need for both attention and control. And I think with
ma'am, kind of like you're doing, attempting to copyright the title of a video that includes a missing child's name.
Everything that we've learned about Tony, and I shared with you a couple of weeks ago that Tony Mathis had tried to insert himself into the
she's got producers on this mofo.
Idaho 4 case. I think that
look at, they wear crowns. Oh God.
With everything that we are learning about him, it does seem like he's been trying to enter the true crime community for a couple of years now. So what was going on TikTok that day? Well, when these guys feel like they are in a power or position of influence over other people,
there's an account said that's named Jesus Loves Brenda. One of her members' names is Jesus Loves Brenda.
Then in their mind, a fantasy can take form, and this can happen. This is according to Gabbard on USA Today. Quote, in
Cage, don't he inside? Wait, look at that bottom name on your screen. Can you guys see that shit? Yeah, you can. Look at that. Cage, don't he inside. What the fuck? Did somebody slip me some LSD? Am I hallucinating right now? What the fuck is wrong with people?
Yes.
I'm not even.
Sam, exactly. Where do they keep
Cage, don't he inside. That's a name.
Is she even a
Jesus.
certified forklift driver?
I don't know. Look at that name at the bottom. Cage, don't he inside. Did she forget a word in there? What is that?
She copied and pasted a little too much.
Caged on the inside. Oh God, the Lord bless it. That's good. But no, it's better. Cage, don't he inside. It's so much better that way. Oh, caged on the inside, motherfuckers. No, I'm not even high. This lady just makes me feel gross.
inhibitions that we usually have around behavior start to get broken down.
And it's none of their faults. People get gifted memberships all the time. Please understand. None of these people.
Usually their attitude
I need glasses.
toward women is really
Thanks to the comment section coming in clutch on that one. They're like, Becky, it's caged on the inside. And I'm like, no, it's still not.
really negative. Studies have compared these types of
We didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning.
behaviors to people who often
I
misread
didn't walk
cues from women or
500
misinterpret
That's all I can think of with these people.
nervousness as interest or being coy. But I think it's more about
What do you think? What do you guys think? This is some original shit right here. Guess where you get that gift? I bet you can get it in Canva. I know you can get it in Viva Video. So original. I like my version better too, Mystery. It sounds funnier. Please curse on this one. Oh shit, Mrs. Mississippi. Oh, you know, Duchess, have you seen anybody post about who else's birthday it is today? I haven't.
Yeah.
Can you hand me that? There's a lot of people's birthdays today, anyways. Moving on.
Yeah, she should call herself Dunning-Kruger.
Are we being punked? Yeah, we are being punked.
Yeah.
power and domination, in my opinion. We then heard that Tony Mathis was let go from the
I see you.
Well,
I see you.
come sit over here.
Oh, you want me to sit closer to Kyle? I don't know if that's a good idea. If you guys can't really hear him, it might be better for everybody. Hey, Sam, I thank you for becoming a member.
Right?
It might be better. This shit might go real south if you guys can actually hear him. It's your hub's birthday today too. Happy birthday to your hubs. Okay.
Can you guys hear this shit better?
Oh, behave.
Here we go.
Here we go. We might get canceled tonight. It's Tony's eye. It's the eye in the sky. Somebody feel like somebody's watching
It
you.
looks like a glory hole.
Shut up. We're going south already. Kyle just looked at the screen and said it looks like a glory hole. We're fucked.
Caleb Harris case. Now he's denying this. He's also denying that he was inappropriate on this
scared.
TikTok video. I'm not going to play it, but I have seen the original footage, and it certainly was not altered, in my opinion. So Tony Mathis says, just to
She inspected the peen pick. This bitch inspected the peen pick, and in her expert advice, she didn't say that I'm ad-libbing for her here, but she is going to teach us how to investigate potential suspects. So she had to investigate the potential suspects of the peen slip. That's what she's telling you guys. I wonder if she got her microscope out and really inspected it closely.
Good idea, Duchess. Good idea.
Huh.
ease everyone's mind, let this information come from me. Randy, that's Caleb
Ease everybody's.
Harris's dad, did not fire me. Before you believe a YouTuber that doesn't know Randy or my
That's not. I don't even
Hey,
want to go down this road again. Nope. Stop.
he was vulnerable, and that made him easy prey, easy pickings for somebody like Tony. We've heard from Josh on the lab, who described Tony as a good talker. But just wait, because he's going to start evoking.
She has strong opinions about Tony. Ooh, I bet she's not. Ooh. Ooh.
God, which any good statement analyst will tell you is a
Any good statement analyst, she knows her things.
big red flag. It's a need to convince. Regarding the TikTok, it was my account under my name that was created to use another platform for awareness. Randy didn't want it.
Paragraph.
Just decided he didn't want to do it in Sebastian's name, so he thought he would do it in Caleb's name. But to me, this is a misappropriation of the account. People that are following it.
Whoa, hold on. That was a voice effect on her end. We got to go, or a added effect. Hold on. She did some sort of noise in there. Hold on.
I wonder if he was unable to log into that account, or if he just decided he didn't want to do it in Sebastian's name, so he thought he would do it in Caleb's name. But to me, this is a misappropriation of the account. People that are following it followed it because they care.
Did you guys hear that? Listen, it sounds like a sneeze and a whoosh at the same time.
Just decided he didn't want to do it in Sebastian's name, so he thought he would do it in Caleb's name. But to me, this is a misappropriation of the account.
It's a
People that
sneeze
are
added
following
in.
it followed it because they care about what happens to Caleb Harris, not
What
because
the
they want
fuck
to
is
hear
this?
bad things about other content creators, in my opinion. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section below. But listen, so what do you guys think about this? Is it okay to take an account for a missing Caleb Harris, and for the purpose of going after somebody else?
The motherfucking audacity of this woman. Did you hear what she just said? Do you hear what she's talking about? She is asking if it's rewind. I just have some good luck sometimes finding some of the best fucking sound bites.
Is it okay to take an account for a missing Caleb Harris, and
is it okay to attempt to file a copyright on a title of a video that includes a missing child's name? What's the difference? How are you any better?
For the purpose of
How are you any better? Stop. This has got to be a joke.
going after somebody else? It wasn't like he took it and like dedicated it to Sebastian, but I still think that Caleb,
This bitch has that much audacity.
it to Sebastian, but I still think that Caleb Harris's family.
This bitch has this much audacity.
Is it okay to take an account for a missing Caleb Harris, and for the purpose of going after somebody else? It wasn't like he took it and like dedicated it to Sebastian, but I still think that Caleb Harris's family, that this would have been the last straw. So even though he's saying it's mutual, I think Caleb's Harris dad probably has had enough. And I just really hope that, because I feel like Seth is in such a vulnerable place right now. I really hope that he sees all this.
She's even admitting that she knows that Seth is vulnerable, and that's Seth's son too. That's Seth's son too that she's using the name of. Let me back myself up here and acknowledge that is not just Katie's son. Katie's name is in the title. That's why I have mentioned Katie specifically in this. But that is Seth's son's also. And she has the audacity to say that he's vulnerable. Meanwhile, she's trying to copyright titles of videos with their missing child. What the fuck? Logicality. I'm fuck my what? Janice, thank you so much. Janice said, JLR does it to his Facebook every time there's a new case. He's got a million groups and he just renames them. Yeah. Y'all, what the fuck is this shit?
And that, he has the same red flags that the rest of us have about this guy. It's not normal to be. It was not.
No, bitch. We all the red flags. Fucking, can we red flag the chat? Because we see all the red flags, ma'am. You are giving all of the red flags, like every single motherfucking red flag that's ever been made in America and every other country in this whole flat earth we live on. Every single red flag in the flat earth, which is non-existent, but we're just going to go with it. You are giving those red flags. You are the red flag. You are the red flag. You're the fucking red flag. Am I right? Or am I right?
So
I've never been so right about something in my life.
going after somebody else, it wasn't like he took it and like dedicated it to Sebastian, but I still think that Caleb Harris's family, that this would have been the last straw. So even though he's saying it's mutual, I think Caleb's Harris dad probably has had enough. And I just really hope that, because I feel like Seth is in such a vulnerable place right now. I really hope that he sees all this and that, you know, he has the same red flags that the rest of us have about this guy. It's not normal to
We got red flags about you, ma'am. All of them about you.
be. It was not. I looked at the original footage, and in my opinion, this was not photoshopped like he's tried to claim. It does look like it's legitimate footage. It was on, I think it's called Crazy Critter Farm, had a live stream.
Yes, we know. She really investigated deeply into this peen pick. She really.
She was literally typing in when he did it.
She's a crime scene investigator. She told us she really went hard in the paint to investigate that peen slip. Trust her. She did her work. It's her job to investigate potential suspects. Well, suspect, crime scene, internet. Let me stop before I just fully.
So she wasn't manipulating the footage, you know, while it was actually happened, and it got caught on.
You mofos, I have barely been live. I did go live. Oh, by the way, I keep forgetting to put that back up. It's edited out where she docs that lady's name. I'll put that back up. If I forget, I'll do it tomorrow morning. Anyways, I have barely been live on this fucking app in like the last week. And this is what I come back and decide to do. What is wrong with me? Why? Why do I go here? Isn't there somebody, and we're going to go into Mr. Ease in a minute, which I'm struggling. I got to tell you, I like those people. I see better in those people. And I'm like, pull yourselves out of the shit. But this one, fuck, oh dear.
On a couple of other people's stuff too. So I think that he was probably not allowed to.
If anybody's coming in late, the wonderful Chasing Truth and Yep pointed this out a few days back. I can't remember how, it's been a few days. Chasing took it further. This is Chasing's post. This clown from the reporter room, if you're coming in late and need us once over what's going on, you're probably just like, oh, Becky's just talking shit like normal. No, this woman here attempted to copyright a title of a video, a YouTube video with a missing child's name in it. The child's still missing. And the mother's name too. In a YouTube video. So she can attempt to control the criticism. Yeah, something definitely, Sean. A few too many times, truthfully. I've had so many concussions, it's unbelievable. That's true. But what? By the way, for anybody that I was in here last night, my father-in-law's home. They let him come home today and he's doing really good. My phone might be dead. Oh, hold on. Oh, I wasn't even looking. I'm sorry, Janice. Oh, is this the short that she just posted? I'll promote it if it is. Let me go look. Hold on. Betty tried to get a registered copyright for all her lives after Quentin Simon. No fucking way. Are you Janice? Are you fucking joking? That's the one I missed.
Thanks, Revival.
Thank you, Janice. Sorry I missed that. You guys were flying for a minute there.
Thanks, Functions.
The fuck is this shit? It's a live stream? Okay. Is that from last night? I'll have the mods drop it, or I'll drop it at the end and share it on my community tab. Thank you. I'll go through and pull it. And then I'll ask Toast if she cares if I review it next time. Because if Betty did that too, what the fuck? What is wrong with these people? Why are they doing this shit?
Thank you, Simon.
Who are you talking to and about what? What are you saying thanks for?
Everybody's saying that they're bad to
Oh,
hear.
about your dad.
Yeah.
I forget where I'm at even. I
Yeah,
forgot I
you
threw that
stay
in there.
focused on your shit.
I am.
I'll take
Kyle's
care of
over
this.
here thanking people, and I'm like, what happened that I'm missing? Yes, thank you guys all. He's doing really good. Thank you again. Thank you guys. And thank you to everybody that's became a member too. What the shit is this? Yeah, this is wild. Do we know if anybody Duchess, thank you for the super chat. 1-8 call 19999 get fucked if you are not an investigative journalist. I need to make a number for that or a website that says that. Oh Lord, what the hell? I can't even, like, this is too much. How do these people do this shit? See, this is out of my wheelhouse, Thor. This whole copyright and trademark shit. I can't even.
Thanks, Twist.
Yeah, Kyle's over here handling the thank yous, but I'm serious. Like, this copyright and trademark shit, like, who does this shit? What's the purpose besides to be a fucking flaming C word? Excuse me. But that's what this is. Am I wrong? There is no purpose to do this for a YouTube video. Can anybody tell me like a reason, like a valid reason that you would do this on a YouTube video when you don't even have 40,000 subs? It's right after Quentin Simon. Okay, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Welcome, Ryan.
Oh, Tammy. Ryan Apple Snapple, thank you. What is it done for, though? Sorry, I'm reading all these comments. Mama Llama. Reporter Room did, and now I'm learning that fucking BHB's been doing it. I'm pulling a video right now. Hold on, I missed this comment up here. I caught the name, and then I went right past it. Shit, where'd it go? Somebody made a really good comment. Oh, it was Tracy. I know, Tracy. Things are heating up. I thought it was Tammy that said that. It was Tracy. Things are heating up in the Tim Ballard case. I know. We need to cover some of that. I caught the Ballard part and had to go back to it. But these are flying. You guys are talkative tonight. Janice, thank you so much for sending that. I'm pulling it right now. Hold on. So Burnt Toast did a video. We're just going to look at right the beginning of it. I'm sure, hopefully she doesn't care. She's one I would like to ask first, but Janice, you think she'll care? Anybody think Toast will care if I grab this and watch this for a second? She's somebody I respect highly, so. But Betty did this after. Oh my God, she's got Betty's ass as her avatar. Okay, go for it. Okay, thank you guys. Okay, hold on. I'm going to show you guys this because I'm hearing Betty did the same thing after Quentin Simon.
Bullhorn Betty scolds her subs for watching quote hater channels. She's getting really mad and she's scolding them. I love when people try to control where their subs go. By the way, for those of you in my chat or watching the replay later, I don't care who you are.
Would you guys please drop her link for me? One of my mods. I know she does Revival, but she's one I would always want to reach out to. Like, she's one of the creators that when I came on this app, I've always admired how she lays things out. I get how her brain works as far as how she lays her content out. It is so perfectionist. She is a perfectionist with her content. She knows the flow. She knows where she's taking you. I just have a lot of respect for her. So as a creator, I like most people, no, I'll clip your stuff, give you credit. Some of them I won't, because if I don't like, fuck no. If they're exploiting families, I'm not giving you credit. I'll tell people who they are always, but I'm not going to sit here and drop. Nah, there's common courtesy at times with people I respect. There's other creators that I respect and will clip in a good fashion. Like I put a few of them in the last video I did. I have no problem crediting them, putting it in the chat, stuff like that. But these people who do this to families, I'll be damned if I'm going to fucking, sometimes I will just to be nice. If I'm putting other people's in, I'll include theirs too. But I got no respect for that shit. I'm sorry. I know it's a common courtesy thing, but no, I hate doing that. So burnt toast is one that I would like to personally ask permission for before, but she does. She always offers up her content because it's factual. So anyways, let me just to explain, because people are like, you don't ever reach out to anybody. No, I don't. But she's one that I respect. There's very few.
Watch who you watch. I literally don't care. But she cares a lot because she's really insecure.
Her content just flows. There is just a flow behind it. It's whether you like the content or not, she can lay out content and keep an audience engaged. She has a gift. Truly.
And so she scolds her subs about that. She's threatening lawsuits. Everybody gets a lawsuit.
Okay, wait a second. Hold on. I got to ask you guys, is this the first time you've ever heard me fully give like shout out to a creator that I really like admire their content of? Like really, truly, people are probably like, Becky's being nice. What happened? No, it's just the flow. It's the way my brain works. It just works for me. I'm over sounding like a fangirl. I love her content. I do like the flow of it. Yeah.
And then she attacks the police chief, makes all kinds of wild accusations.
It is BHP.
So I'm sure that lawsuit's going to go swimmingly. Let's see what else.
Okay, little mama. I was thinking maybe this is the first time I've talked good, because I don't watch a lot of the channels around me, so I couldn't tell you what's what on a lot of channels. I watch the shit channels because that's what I talk about. So there's a lot of channels that you guys watch and subscribe to and really like, and I couldn't tell you shit about what they do for content most of the time. There is a few that I fuck with and shit. Oh, Duchess. I've talked highly about Duchess, Chico. Yeah, a lot of those people. But as far as like the BHB channels, I guess I should have been specific on that. The BHB channels, like a low cow channel. She is a dedicated low cow channel. She needs a side channel called Tipping Cows.
She needs a geography lesson. That almost made me fall out of my chair when I was going through her stream. Almost died for real. And then of course she is expecting,
like, who puts Betty's ass on an avatar?
Because she thinks that she deserves
Who does
$50 meals when
Who
she
does
travels.
shit?
That's right, folks. She wants $50 per meal. But she says she only eats 2 meals a day. That's still $100 a day that she.
Isn't it ironic? Look at where we're at. Oh, yes, Peg, I do her too. I'm talking about from the low cow sector, though. Rabbit's true crime and kind of like pop culture stuff. She's a totally different sector. I should say from the BHB like review channels. There's different creators from every different that I really fucking admire. I guess it's the low cow channels to lay out content like this on a BHB like low cow channel. She doesn't. Burnt Toast makes them look like the fools they are by highlighting their own words, but she does it in such a way that you can just sit and laugh. There's an art to it that I don't have. Like I have to be super serious, the victims, like, because that's why I always say every person that talks about this has their own angle that they approach it from, and it all plays a role in the bigger picture. Like we all highlight these people's behavior and the ultimate effects in a different manner. So there's people that talk about this from all different sectors, but she comes from, I think she's one of the only ones that really cover BHB from the low cow sector. Is that what it's? I don't know what you would call the rest of those, because they talk about Shani, is that her name? Like other low cows. A low cow is an LOL, laugh out loud cow. Does that make sense? I have favorites in every sector.
It's too close to Lil Cow.
It's too close to Lil Cow,
Yeah.
Mini Cow.
Yeah.
She wants. Right. I don't know what kind of
There's so many fucking, now that I think about it though, there's so many overlapping sectors over here. That's why I hate even putting people in a category. Like there's so many different overlapping sectors.
groceries she's buying, but $100 could feed an entire family. So, but enough about me. Enough of me telling you
Yes.
what she said. Let me show you what she said. And this is going to be interesting. This stream was almost 5 hours long. Hey, what's up, Eric? Almost 5 hours long. But somehow I was able to squeeze it down to like 20. So we're going to watch different clips from her stream. And then there's another.
That takes, okay, let me just say, this is why you guys will understand. Remember I was telling you I just cut that video down, a 5-hour video down. It still ended up 3 hours long at the end. This is what I'm saying. Like, this takes skill. And she did this whole live stream in 1 hour and 47 minutes. I don't know.
Other part of this stream that gets more into her talking about very specific legal issues.
MS, I agree with you on that. Like, she's her own little, like, I don't even know what you would call her. It's just.
And I'm going to save that collection of clips for a later stream where I'm going to have a very special guest join me. That will actually be next week. So. Hey, what's up? Hey, True Crime 2.
Her giggle and how she rolls into. We all sound like a bunch of burnt toast fangirls over here tonight. It's okay. She doesn't probably get enough recognition truly at times because she really, like, it is so important. She had like 2,300 people in there watching Betty last night. Was it last night? I think so. And the way she does her, like, she's so aware of so many different pieces too. Like, she can put things into a perspective so people from all different communities can understand, like, this is harmful. And she does it in a way that's not super in your face, but this is what you guys are supporting, kind of thing. And it really, for victims and their families, it does so much more than people realize. To have people stand up and say this behavior by these people is unacceptable. I can't imagine how the victims' families are being kicked over and over and over again. And to have a bunch of random strangers on the internet be able to say, no, this is a them issue. You have your own issues going on, but this is a them. This is who this person has been. And be willing to, like, stand up and do that multiple times a week like she does. She's highlighting the horrible behavior of this person. And it's so important for people to see because that behavior impacts families. Like, there's a need for all of these different angles of how people approach covering these people for victims and their families.
I appreciate that. Yes. Thank you.
Oh,
yeah, she is nuts.
You.
Cheesy. And welcome back. I'm glad you got your channel back. I'm glad that a lot of you guys got it back. Okay.
Oh.
You guys let me know if you can hear this okay. Revival, you guessed it. Yes, absolutely.
Revival, 6 minutes and 23 seconds into this video, and you're getting a shout out already. You can tell we like burnt toast.
Oh boy.
All you beautiful people that have donated to this cause, I want to personally thank you. I want to personally thank again ICU, Justice for All, Marissa, Mallory, Olivia and Mom, Dolly Vision. And all the beautiful people that came out there and sat with us.
Thank you.
All the beautiful people. A lot of people on YouTube are pressing that really hard. So I've made a list of all the people that.
So this is where she goes into talking about suing everybody. Guys,
this is hysterical. How did this age? Can I get royalties for that? Like, this is hysterical how full circle this has came. Truly. Oh, she used his butt, or she used Betty's butt because JLR copyright struck her avatar. So she used her butt until it worked out. Oh my God. She's such an ass, and I love it. Oh my God.
She's totally not a Karen, but she totally made a list of all the people who were meanie poopy heads to her so that she can remember to sue them later. My God. If you have to make a list of all the people that you're wishing Santa will grant you a lawsuit for, wow. I mean, most people put like new shoes or a new car.
Next nonsensical review, I'm gonna have to use that one. The beautiful people, the beautiful people. Marilyn Manson.
Or a shopping spree, but no, she's wishing
I'm gonna have it stuck in my
on
head.
her Santa list this year for lawsuits. Oh my goodness.
Told me to come out and sue.
This is on her second channel. Will one of my mods drop the link to both of her channels, please, numerous times, if you guys would, if you wouldn't mind, please. I can do it. My phone's almost dead.
Do them. And believe me,
I'm being lazy. I could also steal Kyle's.
I plan to do just that, right? You YouTubers out there, justice is slow at times, but justice, I've had very much success here on YouTube seeking justice.
I love Mocking Media too, and they've got videos of me. They have videos of me, but Mocking Media can edit like a motherfucker. Their video on me is hysterical looking back at that time. Like, it's fucking hysterical to me. But their fucking editing skills are amazing. I fucking die laughing every time.
From other YouTubers.
When? Who have you sued, Betty? The only one that I'm even aware of is Kurt AF, and the judge dismissed your case and gave you a pretty strong lashing for using the court.
Look how different she looks now. What?
For your bullshit. Okay.
That violate my rights. They're not telling you about that, but when I take you to court, I win. They're not telling you that either. So I would tread very lightly.
Yes, if you weren't around then, I don't know what community they come from either, but I think they thought it was a while ago in the middle of like all the anti-KJ stuff. It was a mess back then. Total mess.
I have sued all over this country and will continue to.
Wow, what a thing to brag about. I have sued all over this country. That's not a good thing, Betty. To sue someone is annoying, and
thank you.
It's not something that you should enjoy doing, but
all the girls are dropping it. Thank you.
This is Battery Betty. So what am I talking about?
There are several new faces and several new names on my list.
What's Godspell?
New faces, guys.
And they think it's a joke, just like every other one thought it was a joke until they actually had to stand before a judge and explain themselves and explain some of these embarrassing moments on their channel.
Who's Godspell?
And then your case got dismissed. Okay.
We are everybody on the team. We're taking a legal route. Okay. We are doing everything lawfully. We are no longer.
All right. Comment section. I need your help here. Godspilla. First time I've seen your name. What community are they from? Or what kind of video? I missed it in the comments.
Sorry, Kathy. Gummies cause typos too.
No, I'm trying to figure out. I've never heard the name.
You haven't?
No, and everybody knows who it is. So I'm trying to figure out what community they're from and what kind of videos they make.
Even I don't know.
What is it that you can subscribe to? Whispers in the Shadows. I use Licked. Lana and BJ videos. Like fucking what's her name? Truth and Transparency. That chick. Is that who we're talking about? Good night, Is that Godspilla. Hats off to you. That's an undertaking in itself. I can't even imagine that shit. I talked to my mom about a year ago, probably, about doing videos on that one once or twice. Sorry, train wreck. But I was really interested because I could tell a lot of people knew who they were. And I wanted to know what type. I'm going to have to go watch. because that is a whole, the little tiny bit I dipped my toe in and watched was a complete train wreck. And I was interested because I lived in Idaho in Post Falls, and I was stunned to like hear some of the theories and stuff she came up with on Idaho 4. I was irately pissed off during that. She fucking that. Oh, anyways, okay. I'm gonna have to go check out your channel. Thank you for stopping by. That's an undertaking and a half, though, covering that train wreck. Hats off to you for even attempting that. That's fucking mess.
Going to allow these petty peons on YouTube steal from us.
Titanium.
We're starting to use the U.S. copyright laws for our copyright.gov.
Oh, yes. I'm glad that you're finally admitting that you are part of that, Bullhorn.
No fucking way. How did I not know this? See, I don't watch Betty very often. Anybody that knows me, like anybody that knows, well, if you're new here, you probably don't know this, but I don't watch her very much at all.
Hey, Beth.
So I miss a lot of shit. So me going back a year, it's like a whole treasure trove. I didn't know most of this shit happened. I caught some of the stuff when her and Molly were still buddies, but if it didn't really have anything to do with Molly at the time, I didn't really watch her much. So this is all like brand new. So I appreciate you guys coming in clutch and telling me about all this shit. Oh, I'll have to watch that too. Burnt Toast covered that too. Holy shit. Thank you guys. See, this is out of my wheelhouse. Totally.
And Betty. It's not working out very well, is it? You thought you would get your little simpleton to...
I'm telling you guys, I need to really say this so people can kind of hear me. When I say every person has a different purpose in this conversation, and there's a lot of disagreements on this app about this conversation, but every person has a different way of approaching it. At the end of the day, a lot of people were celebrating yesterday because it was a win for victims. Truly, like, because a family stood up. And that gave a message to victims and families that they do have a voice. And seeing all the different types of channels cover the different things. Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, that was during their promo thing. I just got another message. You guys are fucking cracking me up tonight. That was when they were that was the bad extension when her and Molly were doing that promo thing. So who just texted me? That was when they were doing that promo thing. You guys remember the trailer of Molly, BHB, and Mallory? And was Olivia in there too? I remember that. I think that was December of 2023, if I'm correct. I might have a video on that too. I don't remember.
Steal somebody else's artwork that they did not draw. And then try to copyright strike my channel, claiming that somebody else's artwork was theirs when it is not. There is a reason why YouTube is now taking all of those strikes off.
Go ahead, Duchess. This came so full circle, you guys. And that's why I say, like, every one of us, I really had to sit down the other day and think about it. Because sometimes I get really frustrated. I get really frustrated because I'm like, this is a really serious conversation at times. And I beat myself up so much about trying to do as the best I can to like highlight how traumatic this truly is. Like the reality of how horrible this is. And hearing it laid out in those clips sometimes gets a little overwhelming to hear all of the trashing that these families go through. And I've been a part of it too. So don't put me on a pedestal here because I'm telling you right where I belong. But the reality is this is what's happening. This is what's existing. This is what is going 2022. Thank you. This is what's really truly going on. This is fucking reality. Like when you can walk it with their own words and barely put anything in it, but just their own statements to answer. Like it's really sad to watch some of this. And you end up sitting back. Sweet crazy, I'll back it up. You sit back and you realize, like, why are people doing this to the families? What is wrong with these people that they think this is acceptable at this point? So it's to me, like, seeing all the different, sometimes I need to just be able to laugh at these people. And Burnt Toast has a way of allowing Betty to be the vile piece of shit she truly is. I'm sorry, I'm going to say what it is. But it takes a special vile human being to do what she does to these families and call it a job and smile in people's faces. It's fucking evil. And Burnt Toast can deliver it in like a way that you feel the heaviness of it, the reality of it, but you walk away wanting to be a part of the conversation, but not wanting to burn shit down. At times, I feel like I want to burn shit down after I get done with a review, and I don't like feeling that way. And then other people, like, there's so many different channels that approach this conversation in their own way. And it's so important because they're all drawing a different audience, and that expands the conversation. And it's so needed. And I really, because I get frustrated at times. I'm like, why do people not see that this one is just as bad? Or there's all these people over here. Or this one, you know, like, we all have different perceptions of what we see. And that's going to continue. But it opens up the conversation for more people to join the conversation. And it's like, it really hit me the other day because I was so frustrated. And I was grabbing clips from all different places. No, I was not. It's the same 10 spots that are always in the shit. It's fucking crazy. It is the wildest thing. It's the same problematic people. And they just like rotate on this, like, who's at the top of the exploitation. It's just wild to me. And it's so important. Anyways, sorry, going off on a tangent, but it really made me think, like, the other day, how important all of these channels talking about this shit truly is. Burnt Toast covering BHB. I've learned more about what she does because there's no way you can keep up with all these people. There's truly no fucking way and do them justice. Like, if she wouldn't have continued to like cover this throughout, we wouldn't have all this. I know some people think it's excessive at times, but I don't know. It's a win for victims right now.
You thought you would get your little simpleton to steal somebody else's.
For those of you that haven't been here at a night stream too, I get chatty Cathy at night because should be in bed. I'm 30 minutes past my bedtime. So buckle up because I get almost delirious at like 9:30. You're welcome.
Artwork that they did not draw. And then try to copyright strike my channel, claiming that somebody else's artwork was theirs when it is not. There is a reason why YouTube is now taking all of those strikes off, putting all of those streams back up. And there's a reason why JLR is refusing to take anyone to court. There's a reason for that, Bullhorn Betty. Okay?
Yes.
And registering our work. Yes, that means our videos.
It is, Janice, that is, you couldn't have said it any way better. Like, this family stood up and that empowered everybody, I think. That's the big picture I'm trying to get at. Like, it was a huge win to see a family. Like, we didn't do this, but it's opening up conversations to push and have like people documenting this shit. Like, you guys aren't crazy. This is what's going on. Like, it all plays a role. Like, I don't know. It's so important to continue these conversations.
Those take a little bit of time, but believe me, when those are all registered, we're coming for you. We're coming for you. So while you're nice and comfortable and talking all this mad crap now, when they start hitting, and they will start hitting, YouTube will have their hands tied. They will have to give you that strike. And think of how many times you have had me on your show without my authorization.
She still doesn't know how fair use works. I don't need to ask anyone's permission. Just like you don't ask anyone's permission.
Reporter Room should listen to this shit. Because I have a feeling she's just going to school everybody in this. This is why I say this is out of my wheelhouse.
When you play their videos and review them, you don't need to ask permission. As long as you are abiding by fair use, you're making it transformative and or pausing for commentary. Betty, the last time that you attempted to strike my channel falsely, YouTube sent you an email. Do you not remember? Because
yes, Keto Cam, they really have. Like, I don't think they even, and I know people are going to be like, they could be guilty. You know what? At this point in time, you can think whatever you want to, but victims and their families, until there is evidence of a crime, deserve to be treated with some empathy. And to surveil them worse than law enforcement is doing is not acceptable. That is stalking. That is not keeping them under surveillance. That is intentionally trying to intimidate and harm somebody and incite horrible things while they're going through the worst time anyways. Even if your opinion is that it's not fair to do to anybody. You wouldn't want it done to your family if you had a tragedy going on.
Because I'm going to show it today. Since she later goes on and claims that she never false strikes people. That's another lie. And I'm going to show the email.
This is enough to take several channels completely down. So if I were you, I don't false strike people.
Oh, okay.
Let's get that clear.
You don't.
People want to say that they can come and steal my content, the content I paid to have produced. They can't.
Oh my God. And see, she has empowered people like the reporter room. Well, maybe the reporter room empowered her. I don't know. But they all act alike. Listen to them.
Okay. Not a problem.
They think they're alike.
Not a problem.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
So we'll just look at this. Just give me 1 second. So this is the email. It's kind of small. I'm sorry about that. I may post it on my community tab post. This is from April 27th, 2022 at 4:39 p.m. This email was sent to me, a courtesy copy from YouTube pertaining to Bullhorn Betty.
This is fucking wild. This is just, yeah, you guys are spot on, all of you. Yeah. Godspill it. It's gotten out of control. And you know what? They've totally taken his dignity off the table. They have totally stripped this missing young man of his dignity by coming up with all these wild theories on people he loves. He loves these people. This is his family. And we are actively attempting to destroy an entire family based on theories and speculation. And this isn't the first family that they've done this to. And this is evidence right here in front of your face. And when Betty didn't get her way, that she thought she could do this to these families, and people started addressing her, look at what she did in retaliation.
And she was striking me over and over and over and over again. And they weren't getting through. And YouTube sent her an email that says, quote, "Hi, Bullhorn Betty. We are concerned that your copyright may not be valid for some or..."
They talk about not wanting to be silenced. They always talk about their freedom of speech. They remind you of this because I've been hearing a lot about she has freedom of speech. Fuck you and your freedom of speech. It doesn't come without consequences. Anytime somebody tries to point out what they're doing, that's poor them. They have the right to say whatever they want. But as soon as you put that on, oh, these people are the first to want to silence everybody, always.
Or all of the videos identified in your notification. Please keep in mind that in many countries, it is legal to use copyrighted works in specific ways without the owner's authorization.
All of those parents love their son, and he obviously loved and had a special relationship with all of them. Whether we want to see it one way or another, kids love their parents. Like, it's even at the worst time they do. I'm sure all of you adults have had times.
Particularly for transformative purposes, such as news reporting, parodies, commentary, or review.
God, this is terrible.
And then a link where she can actually read it. Oh, I'm going to post at Platform Boobs The second that
By the way, can I just give a hats off to the fucking chat tonight?
Oh,
You
yeah,
guys are
yeah,
fucking
sure.
on it tonight. Your comments are spot on. Thank you guys, all of you guys, for being here and being a part of this conversation and continuing the conversation. If it wasn't for you guys, truly, like, I'm giving props to creators tonight, but truly the subs, the ones that aren't going from chat to chat, intentionally stirring the pot or spreading misinformation from chat to chat, yeah, you guys suck. But the ones that go around and attempt to be a part of this conversation, correct the misinformation, continue to try and get people to stop, think, approach it a different way, think that who this is affecting, that these are real people. I want to play a section after this of Mr. Ease because there's one specific spot that I want you guys to hear.
this is over, I'm going to post this.
Yes.
If you still believe your copyright, blah, 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 it goes on and on. It basically scolds her.
Yeah, this proved the point right here already. This is exactly what she's doing. People are playing dirty.
Then it says, so
you guys can see what she's doing though. She did the exact same thing. Again, they dropped the links to Burnt Toast channel up above. I want to switch to this because this will bank right off this. And I think this will make sense now. I want to take us to Mr. Ease. And the reason I want to do this is because I really want to like these people. They seem very wholesome. And let me give a disclaimer here because I already know what the comments are going to do. Go give Toast a thumbs up, watch her videos. She's been doing an excellent job covering BHB. Like, I learned so much about shit that I had no idea that happened by watching some of these videos. There's just too much going on at all times to keep up with these people. And it's stunning to see the shit she has done and said and had no consequences of it. So to see people stand up and say enough is like full circle. It's incredible to see. Anyways, so Mr. Ease is a new channel. Let me give some disclaimers before we get into this because I need you to follow because you're going to be shocked by me saying this. I understand that they are very biased. They are extremely biased. They came into this. They started the channel on Sebastian because they're locals. They are locals to the area. If you don't know who this couple is, they started doing videos driving around the area and posting videos. I don't understand if they don't realize what they're putting out there at times because they are a new channel and the potential harm it could long-term have. But they've also been kind of really biased in their theories the times I've caught them, that they kind of seemed very one-sided about their coverage. And it kind of bothered me right away. I started paying attention right away. We were there one of their first lives, weren't we, Duchess? We tried to give them a chance. I did. I'm speaking for me, but I think Duchess and I were in one of their first lives. Anyways, Duchess tried correcting a few things in the chat in one of their streams that we were in. She was very kind. She was very polite. She was just trying to correct some misinformation. And they were receptive, but nothing changed. It was very like the typical narrative that we've seen. He's abusive to women. You could tell that there was a lot of missing pieces of like his anger. And no matter what you want to see, like there's things that you have to willfully disregard if you're going to look at it one way or the other. Truly, you have to. It's a mess. But people, they hopped in, they started doing videos, they started being very biased in one narrative, and you could kind of tell where their alignments were starting to go. I don't know where they came from, if they were viewers of certain channels. I don't know the backstory that well. But they came in with a very closed mind and started posting, in my opinion, not so great videos, like following routes and stuff like that. It was in a tactful manner, but it was not out there screaming shit like that, but it was still the same thing. But I want to take you to yesterday. Long story short, we're going to jump through. Most of you guys, I don't think even know who this is. That's why I'm giving a backstory. Some of you do, some of you don't. because they are locals, they went to this court stuff. And I know they've been getting talked about a lot today, but this is not. I'm going to play this. I'm going to give you some breakdowns of why I'm concerned that they don't see the long-term harm that they could be partaking in and why I want to like this group. So let's go.
The phrase we use a lot.
Sorry, I'm long-winded as fuck.
We're trying to stay as independent as possible with all of that.
And if you weren't here earlier, just to let you know, the reason that we did go today is because last time this happened,
so they went to the actual court hearing yesterday. So twofold. We know people are going to go to these things. At this point in time, hate to say it, it's to be expected. Unfortunately, that's just what happens. Families don't even have privacy, but there's media attention on this story too. So I don't know. You got to make up your own opinion of whether you think. I think it's a little far for YouTubers to be going if you don't have like media credentials, but everybody has their own take on it. So make up your opinion. I'm not here to convince you. They go to this court hearing because they're locals.
With the continuance, there was a lot of misinformation that was out there, and it was hard to discern which was real and which was not real. So we thought at about 8:05 this morning that we would go over there and watch it for ourselves so that we would not have misinformation. So
yeah, I mean, you can't beat just being there yourself. And
yeah, I can see it both ways. I'm torn on that one personally with myself, because if they're doing it in an ethical way, like, I don't know.
We just thought we'd go.
Courts are open usually for a reason. Like, they're open courts, right? Anybody can go. If it's an open hearing, the public's allowed to go in. And a lot of times you'll have a lot of random people in the courtroom. So if it's closed courtroom, then it's only people that can go in. You know, it's an open court for a reason too.
Yeah.
And so you have your list ready, so we don't.
And Grave Pearl apologize. That no problem, Grave.
No,
we don't hold grudges.
And the reason I have a hard time complaining about that is because I think that there needs to be complete transparency with the court system, and I don't have problems with like hidden true crime, even though she is more media type ish, like going in the courtroom. Like, I think it's important for transparency in the court, so that's also why I have a hard time like completely discounting this. But they are just YouTubers too, so you got to make up your mind there.
We try to treat everybody with respect, and we just want everybody to treat each other with respect. That's why. I
mean, yeah, it's just
that's all. We address those things. So
it's just
oh goodness, breezy.
I think it's husband and wife and aunt. I think that's. I'm not sure.
Thank you.
Breezy. I think you might be the best blessing. Man. She's a blessing.
Yes, you're awesome.
They're a very nice looking middle-aged couple. I'll say that. Like, they're very presentable. Like, they seem more professional, right?
Thank you so much, Breezy.
Thank you.
So let's start with.
Let's go down our list.
Yeah. Can I speed them up? Anybody else feeling like we're watching Spanky?
Okay, let's get our list ready.
So I've got no stalking was one of the things it says.
I started with no firearms.
Okay, hold on. We do want to slow this part down a little bit. That was a jump. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Breezy.
Thank you.
So let's start with.
Let's go down our list. Yeah. Okay, let's get our list ready.
So I've got no stalking was one of the things it says.
I started with no firearms. That was the first thing on my list.
Yeah, so the firearms, she cannot own, possess any of those.
Wait, did they cut a section out?
For the next year, and that started at 9:37 this morning, like very specific time.
He was very specific about
the following year.
So it's
I think did he cut a section of this out?
1 full year. The order is for 1 full year.
And he said starting at this time of 9:37.
That seems like a weird
also no contact
transition.
I have abuse. I just have abuse. I don't know what that means. I just wrote abuse.
Was it verbal?
Okay.
I don't know. I just wrote abuse.
Yeah, he did. I mean, it went fast.
He went really fast.
Online, no text messages.
No emails.
Yeah, no emails. Text. Oh, she had to stay away from the house, away from their work, no damage to any of their property or possessions.
How does that work? I wonder, the one thing I want to say here. So most of you know what's going on. They were at the BHB court hearing with Katie Proudfoot. But how does that work if he's working across state lines? She's still Well,
no hurting or threatening of their animals. And then the one that I think is the hardest is the no posting
no, he's working in state lines, says campers across state lines. Sorry, said that backwards.
anything online. And he also said it like before all this, he says like no contact with them in any of whatsoever in any of these forms. And this also includes their children. So for Katie, for Kathy, and Terry, none of their minor children. So
Correct.
One of the questions that Kathy, because they didn't talk a lot, they mostly just kind of yes sir, that kind of thing, a question.
So this is what they claim. Now, from my understanding, they did not record. Just so we're clear, I've watched this before, and from my understanding, they did not record. They took notes. He was very specific about how there was no recording in the courtroom, so he took notes. They both took notes, and that's what they're reading off of. Now, I don't know if there other nefarious things happened. I can't tell you, but they did claim very specifically that they took handwritten notes.
And that Kathy had was, well, she said something like, well, she's starting to go after my grandchildren. Are they protected or something? And he said no, for that, their parents would have to come in and file for a protective order also. So I don't know who they are.
It definitely wasn't this couple that was detained. I don't think. Definitely not. If somebody was detained, if that did happen, it wasn't this couple.
But I don't know if
They
they'll do
said
that
no
or not.
talking about their children, correct?
But no talking about their children. And then I'm assuming that would not include Faith right now, other than a temporary.
If Chris's
order.
is also granted, I would assume Faith would be
Right.
covered in that.
So they're discussing what they heard happened in the courtroom.
I think
That's
for
kinda
now, Faith is just under the temporary. I would assume is kind of how that goes. Did I miss it? Did you get any?
That's all that I have. Other than
would that also
men-
mean Sebastian could not be talked about as well?
Yeah.
They didn't
This is why I played this.
address him specifically, but I believe they said minor children of
Katie
of the people with the complaint. So
yeah. So and then she had to pay costs and taxes for all three of those filings. And that will be good through August 22nd of 2025 at 9:37 a.m.
I mean, they took very specific, detailed notes. I love me a good note taker, so maybe that's why they sold me on that part. I love me a good note taker. That is an exceptional skill. They revival. Oh my God, they do though.
At which point, if they still feel
really
that they
do.
need that protective order, they could petition. He told them, don't wait until a week before. Make sure you start that process 30 days before that ends. If there's a valid reason to end it early, they can. And if I think all of that's there. Oh, and they have to carry it in 3 different ways. They need to carry one of those orders on their body at all times, in their vehicle.
They're very specific with their notes, though. Like I genuinely believe this is what they interpreted from the court hearing.
And at their home.
Correct.
That was one thing Katie asked about. She said, well, because of my work, can I have it digitally on my phone? And they said, no, you have to have it. You have to have a physical copy. I was kind of surprised. I thought they would just allow
Did you
that.
all
But
get the name of the judge?
yes, I was going to Don
I mean, they're very specific.
Blanton, I believe is the name of the judge.
yeah,
And we were in courtroom D. If anybody wants to double check us.
In the beginning of this, she even went over what they wore. Like she went over what they wore. She said Kathy had a beautiful black dress on.
You actually had to sign in. That was kind of interesting. I'd never seen that before. So if you were someone that was there for a case, you had to sign in. If you were there just to watch, you did not have to sign in, but they didn't really have anybody monitoring the sign-in sheet. You just had to sign in on a wall or like a easel.
Yeah.
So that was kind of interesting.
Oh, there's the question about the grandchildren.
Tennessee still has a easel.
Did you mention the database?
Oh shit.
The National Crime Database?
On a different page somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's in where is that? It's called the National Crime Information, and then I didn't get the last word. Was it center or something like that?
National Crime Database.
He says I didn't get the last word. Like this man took notes. Look at him thumbing through these notes.
Is what I wrote down.
National Crime Information Database. I bet is what it was.
Yeah, I bet that's what it was.
Anyway, she the way this would work is from here on.
Yes. So that's what I want to talk about. So there's a part in here. Intermediaries. Hold on. I'm going to look on my phone right quick because I think I might, if there's not a part missing in the original, let me look. There's a part in here that they talk about third party. And then they talk about how they reached out to Betty for comment. And I just want to make it very clear that people need to be very careful of third-party contact, what that could look like. If that order is in place and then you reach out to the person that's got this order and you're a local who's been driving by and doing videos and she's been using those videos at any point or shouting you at, like, I wouldn't want somebody else to get caught up in that shit, truly. Like, that's, you think it's coming up? I'll continue to play.
According to the judge.
Yeah, according to the judge, that she can be arrested without a warrant if she violates any of these items. So, you know, if she texts them, calls them, anything like that at all.
Because I don't think she's not above getting other people wrapped up in this.
Whether it's from Florida or whatever state she's in.
Any videos, it said.
Yeah, videos. Oh, right. I don't think I said videos, but
Yeah.
he did mention videos.
He did mention videos.
And
he mentioned videos. They both said that videos were mentioned specifically.
She could be arrested without a warrant. And she can't use intermediaries
intermediaries.
That was interesting.
To monitor their movement.
Third party.
Right.
Yeah. The phrase he used.
They're even acknowledging this. Do they not realize what they're doing? I get that, Titanium. I get it. But still, like, people are not understanding. Like, this is a serious situation. Like, people are going to be rocked for their world if people need to wake up. Like, more families need to do this shit. There's more people that should be right there that got away with a lot of shit in this case already that they've done to this family. Like, Betty is one of so many, but those fake dog handlers caused a lot of shit. They might not have threatened people or whatever, but they caused, like, just the people out there flying drones, taking pictures outside their house, JLR, out there at the campground. Look at Silver still. And now we have some Christy on the case.
Yeah.
Was intermediaries. So, like, she couldn't be like
had fucking Silver's on the scene, and now he's promoting somebody called Christy on the case.
Having somebody else follow them around or something, and report back to her. Yeah. So if she posts something online, they can.
Anything dated after. He said this order goes into effect at 9:37. That was Katie's. Now the Bowersox.
These mofos even acknowledge this shit. They acknowledge that this order went into place at that time, and then they acknowledge that they reached out to her for commentary. Can somebody make this make sense to me? And these people are true crime creators. Ma'am, sir, are you okay? Like, I genuinely think you're like the Brady Bunch, wholesome goodness. And I don't say that about many people. But I just think you got yourself way in over your head and are not even realizing what you're saying out here publicly and who you're associated with. Truly. I'll pray for you. And anybody that knows me is going to laugh at that.
Did not go in until 9:43.
Oh, I didn't catch that part.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so they're a little different.
About her firearm. Can she carry it in Florida? I believe it's taken away completely.
It's Case with a K. Christy with a C. No, it's Christy with a K. And Case with a K. They're sly. They're slithering snakes.
It's my understanding for the year.
He said it was federally enforced.
Mhm.
So anywhere in the country, she can't have that firearm.
Now, again,
So-
we've had.
So she'll have to turn him over when she gets home.
More people join. Again, we did reach out to Betty for a comment, and she did say that.
Oh, here it is. Listen to that. Oh my God. It's in this order too. I didn't even realize. I forgot it was in this order. Like, they acknowledge that these orders went into place, and then here they are.
Was instructed by her attorney to not come today, and that there have been filings in place. So
yeah, and it's basically what she said in her live stream. That's what she said
Yes.
to us back, and we just asked if she had a comment or anything she wanted to say on it, and that's what she said.
Celestial Sky, they had so much potential, really.
Breezy has a question.
She felt,
and I still think they do. They seem like a wholesome, like, decent couple. I think they just got in at the really, really interesting time with an interesting group of people and can't quite see the other side of things, that there could be a lot more going on than what they realize, or like the people. I don't know. I'm trying to be hopeful on somebody, which never happens. You guys know that.
like it was going to be okay. Is she not able to cover the case at all online? Yeah, so it's.
I think that's up for
the
interpretation.
way he
right?
said it was contact, right? That was the word, and then he does the big list. So I mean, I think it would be up to interpretation, and I think you're kind of dancing on a line if you.
I actually had this conversation with somebody today. We were talking about this specific part of the RO, And it really will depend on what the cops want to violate her over at the end of the day. Like, truthfully, like, there's so many things that, yes, could be, but depending on the exact verbiage in that order will depend on if they violate somebody on something. And I don't think anybody knows exactly what the verbiage is yet in that. Like, it sounds like there was additional things added in. A lot of times there's check mark boxes that they can select different boxes in the final orders on ROs. And they just kind of go down, and then there's like a written spot that they can add additional things. So it'll depend on what's written specifically on those orders, I think.
Chooses to continue to cover it.
But that's up to her and her attorney.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
not that I've heard anything about. I've not heard anything about any gag order whatsoever.
not our place to say.
He didn't say it that way. He didn't make a distinction.
And the one thing I'm not sure on too, so just so everybody is aware, like, I don't know what this does with YouTube. I've heard some people like say, and I can't tell you because this is where way out of my wheelhouse too. Some people say that they can now send it to different social media platforms, and that sometimes the platforms will engage in ways. I don't know the reality of that. So that'll to be seen. I think a lot of things will kind of be to be seen at this point.
He just said that you can't. He used a few words.
Yeah, there is no attorney, by the way, either. Like, to my understanding, from how I know things, and this is just my own perspective, but if there was an attorney, there would have been a notice of appearance filed. Like, anytime an attorney decides to represent you, if there's a case going on, they have to file a notice of appearance before they even file documents on your behalf as their client. So there would have first and foremost been a notice of appearance filed that an attorney was taking over and representing her, and that's not in any of the records. And then there would have been an attorney listed, and there's none either. So to my understanding, at this point in time, there's been nothing filed whatsoever to indicate that she does have an attorney, even though she's claiming she does.
Contact, or I think, was it harass? Not harass.
Let me see.
It might maybe, but anyway, it was a word similar to harass. I don't think that was the
There,
word.
just wait.
Them through text, phone, in that whole list that we read. But of course, the most interesting part, really, in a lot of ways, is that part where if she can't do the videos, and this is why it's, to us, this is more than just about whether or not you like Betty or you're glad that she got it.
This is where they lost me. Like, I was really glad about the notes and stuff. Like, okay,
the big picture elements to all of this, because
it's setting a precedent.
It does set a precedent. So I don't know why she didn't go to defend herself today. I was.
It's needed to be set. This is needed to be set. Victims have rights, and it shouldn't be like. This is what's stunning to me, you guys. This should not be shocking. This should not be shocking. This should not be the first time we're seeing this. This shouldn't be earth-shattering news to YouTubers. You know how sad this is to realize that people are like, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe a family is actually standing up for themselves. I can't believe they're not just willing to roll over and take their shit. Like, people are stunned by this. That's how desensitized we've gotten. Like, victims should be standing up for themselves.
Surprised that she wasn't there.
Well, we're going with what her statement is that she was advised to not.
Yeah.
So that
I was there with the notes, and I was like, okay, this is realistic. They're not really inflating. They're not trying to fill things in. And this is, once again, every time I try to give them a chance.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
And we don't know what, some things we still just don't know. Like when we talked about this a few weeks ago, we don't know what kind of evidence they might have. So we don't know how they may have things that they didn't have to present to.
Hold on, I'm getting there. You guys, I see you guys about Betty. I know, but this is, I want to inlay that at a specific spot in here too. I want to talk about that with Betty meeting up with them, because I want you to hear what he acknowledges. And I want you to hear them acknowledge that they see this on these people supposedly, and they're still willing to meet up with and semi-defend people like Betty doing this to a victim's family. Like, it's just stunning to me. I want to have hope, and then this is the reality of what's happening. It's just fucked up.
Today.
Well, that was one thing that we did not see is there was no evidence produced in court. Now, if they provided evidence prior to the proceedings to the judge, then that we were not
Meg, you know what? That's the crazy thing. Like, sometimes I sit there and go, like, are these people willfully ignorant? They can't be missing all this shit.
Aware of that. I was going to say privy. But,
were they given an opportunity to speak at all, or did he just read the order, what they were petitioning, and then ruled on it?
They did have to swear under oath that what they were saying is true.
Yeah. So another interesting, that to me, there's a few interesting things about where this relates to Sebastian. So my thinking is, anything they swear under oath today, should there ever be trials regarding Sebastian in the future, I'm assuming anything that has happened in these proceedings can be used as evidence against them, since it's sworn testimony. So I think that's kind of interesting. But the big picture is the chilling effect that this has. So
the chilling effect that a victim's family stood up for themselves, it's called the chilling effect. What? These families have,
with them being successful.
And you know what the sad thing is even if their family, if one of their kids, I don't know if they have kids, I'm using this as a hypothetical, please understand that. If one of their kids went missing tomorrow, I would say the same thing about their family if this was being done to them. I don't have to like you to say right is right, wrong is wrong. Again, I don't have to like these people. These are strangers on the internet that have a missing child. Nobody's past is going to be perfect. And sometimes there's some intentional things that are brought on and they involve themselves. And then sometimes it's also like they are exploited to the highest heaven by everybody that can get their grimy hands on.
With this, how does it impact, media coverage of Sebastian overall? Do people start to back off the story? What happens from here? Is this I don't feel like this is going to be the last step for them. I suspect they're going to either pursue either other YouTubers or maybe further along with Betty with criminal charges or something along those lines.
Okay, so they're acknowledging that they think this is going to go further.
I would be surprised if this is the last time we see them go to court. Just
like, people think they're playing a fucking game.
If you look at all of their history, they spend a lot of time in court. So I would guess that they have a plan after this also.
Well, yeah, they've had nasty fucking divorces and child custody battles. There's a lot of people that have, unfortunately, there's a lot of people that have experienced long divorces or child custody battles, especially if they have numerous kids.
So, and if the idea is to start going after, YouTubers, then, it'll have a chilling effect on the coverage of the case.
It'll have a chilling effect on the coverage of the case. What? It'll have a chilling effect. One person. It'll have a chilling effect on the coverage of the case. One person who has made this everything about herself and not the missing child. It'll have a chilling effect on this case. This is one fucking person. One person who has done nothing but mislead, misrepresent the facts in this case. What we know as fact. She is intended to target a family based on evidence she's fabricated in her head. We don't know what happened. Law enforcement will be the ones to figure this out. She has overstepped every boundary there could possibly be.
And so that it becomes, this is why I know that there, whether you like her or not, if you're a free speech advocate, if she committed a crime,
this is, oh fuck.
Of course, you want justice for that, but if it's just a matter of free speech and not being able to voice an opinion, that's different, So if
she wanted to get a GoFundMe going for a pew pew when she was there in Tennessee, Tony said she'd been to Tennessee 3 times, 2 or 3 times. I can't remember his exact words, so don't quote me on that. I clipped it in the other video. He acknowledged she'd been there numerous times. She said she'd only been there the once. She told us when she was in Mississippi, she was driving by their house that day when she dropped that video. They have had this family under surveillance more than the fucking FBI surveils people. This is out of fucking control.
If you can't go out there and voice your...
This is so much beyond free speech. This is vigilante justice.
Theories and opinions.
On crimes we don't even know if happened.
Do journalism, because citizen journalism are the heart of free speech. It's not really meant to protect the mega corporations.
They are, sir, citizen journalism, Jesus.
It's meant to protect the individual, the citizen journalist. Really, that's...
Journalists have to have ethics. Journalists follow a code of ethics. What are they doing? And even journalists get out of line.
That was the idea. So we'll see what kind of impact it has. If people
Smiles, she's another one I wish she would have hit too. I said that to somebody the other day. Like, they surveilled her and her kids for so long.
start pulling off the case now or not, I'm not sure. We have a question from Grace.
Well, there's a lot of really great questions. Why did you change that?
I didn't change anything.
Yeah, you did, Auntie.
I did.
Ben George, thank you for the gifted memberships. To anybody that got a gifted membership, thank Ben George for the gifted memberships. Thank you, sir. This is just fucking sad.
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. I was just trying to scroll down in my comments.
What I was going to say is we've got a lot of great questions, and I want to address them. So try to have your questions here in just a minute. Hold on to them for
we
just
can
a
do
minute.
some now if there's some right there you want to
Well,
do.
one was that I thought was kind of important was
I'm trying
it's
to
gone
find
now.
it.
The person, and I'm sorry, person, but they asked if Katie seemed. Oh, Grace Paris asked if Katie seemed to be a grieving mother.
Okay, listen to this. Did Katie seem to be a grieving mother? People are asking that for random strangers who have never met this couple to interpret their body language and ask if she seems like a grief. What does grief look like? Can anybody tell me what grief looks like on every person? You guys in the comments that have experienced grief, can you tell me what you look like? Because grief looks different on every person. What are we doing? Is this a fucking joke?
Oh yeah.
And we actually have some thoughts about this. So
yeah, we both felt the same way when we talked.
And we talked after, which is interesting, but because
I can't believe people will even ask that. But listen to their answer. Honestly, this answer makes me sad. Makes me fucking sad.
It wouldn't be what you'd think. So go ahead.
Yeah. So neither one of us had ever seen them.
Titanium,
before yes. And so that was also part of the reason we wanted to go, just to kind of see, how.
Ben George, this isn't about love or hate. This is about right and wrong. This is about victims deserving privacy and dignity. This is about victims' families deserving to be innocent until proven guilty. This isn't about love or hate. This is about people overstepping and being allowed to do so much damage to families that we don't know if they're even guilty of a crime, because there's been no crime committed at this point in time. We've put the horses so far in front of the cart in front of the horses. I said that totally backwards. You're welcome. There is not even a crime. This is people that call themselves true crime creators, and they can't even get over the baseline that right now there's not evidence of a crime, whether you want to believe that or not, whether we all have theories. Right now, if we're following the facts of the case where these people say they respect law enforcement, they turn around and spit in law enforcement's face on a daily. Law enforcement wants to bring this child home. They're doing everything they can. And people are just doing the most to these families because it's content on the internet that pays their bills. I know where he's from. Thank you for the gifted membership, Ben. Again, thank you for coming over and even listening for a minute. It isn't about love or hate. It's about victims have rights. And none of us truly know. This isn't a Seth or Chris or Katie thing. This should be about Sebastian. Sebastian has been lost in his own story. Victims have rights, and these are his loved ones, whether we like them or not. I don't have to be nice about strangers, but we've convicted people of crimes while screaming innocent on this other side because people have picked a side of who they think has done something that we don't even know has happened yet. Could this be something horrific? Yes. Nobody knows. But could it be as simple as a 15-year-old dressed in predominantly black clothing walked out in the darkness and didn't get caught on a camera and is in the vicinity? Could that have happened? We have crossed every boundary and taken all reason off the table. And people aren't even looking at, like, what if there was just a tragic accident here? Like that was taken off the table moment one. It became the salacious story. And I don't know what happened. At the end of the day, I truly have no idea. Because if I'm following law enforcement, we just don't. There's way too many possibilities to even hone in on a theory. This isn't about love or hate. Unless you want to say that it's became so easy to hate people that you don't even know and convict them of crimes that you have no idea that they're involved in. I guess if you want to say it's about hate that way. I choose to want better for my human beings, my fellow human beings. You probably checked out already, but I'm going to continue to rant on this because it gave me a great opportunity to explain something to people. Every time I hear somebody say, oh my God, nonsense, hates this person, you don't take up enough room for me to hate you. Because that's filled with a fight that wants better for victims and their family. I don't have hate in my heart for you people. You're strangers. You show me who you are by how you treat these victims and their families. I don't have to tell you who I am or pat you on the shoulder and say, hey, sir, you're doing something here to this family. Because most of you have made this a career to do this to these families. You know exactly what you're doing by selling a salacious story about somebody else's life that you've never walked a fucking day in their shoes. By telling you about a missing minor's loved ones, even though those are his loved ones, no matter whether we like it or not. We've convicted people of heinous crimes that we've never walked a day beside. We've judged them on things that some of you have worse paths of doing. We all have fucking crazy shit in our families. Divorces, child custody cases. If you don't, you probably haven't lived a very interesting life. And that's not, I would be bored without craziness. That's just our lives. Our lives has been filled with chaos. Not really. I mean, only one divorce.
Yeah.
Each.
Well, yeah. And it was only
you have 3 kids that aren't your own.
It was only chaotic for like a little bit.
We all have shit.
Yeah.
We all have, like, everybody has a story. That's how you got to where you are. Like, everybody in this comment section has a fucking story. That's why you're here. Because in some way, shape, or form, you can relate to a victim in some way, some form, some capacity. That's what draws you into these stories. That draws you in as a viewer, a sub. That's why you're here as a part of this conversation. Some of you can put yourself in their shoes and understand that if your background or your family was picked apart, or you have been a victim, or you've lost a kid, or you are the parent, or everybody has a different reason for being a part of these stories. But creators are weaponizing their trauma because hurt people, and making careers out of it. I'm sorry, I will continue to stand where I stand and be very comfortable standing in the shit I fucking stand in. If it makes you feel like it's this hate campaign, you're not opening your ears. You can think anything you want to about me. I'm just the person delivering the message that people in the comment section are saying over and over again. You can hate me for having the balls to put on in front of you. I don't give a fuck. I'm not the only one entertaining this conversation. The subs are fucking incredible and holding this conversation all over. If you want to turn it into a hate thing, like we hate other creators, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't hate you. It's not about hate. I don't want to sit by you. I don't want to sit at the same table with you. I don't want to eat with you. I don't want to break bread with you. I don't want people like that in my circle. Sorry. I don't want to sit with them. If I tell them to get fucked and it hurts their fifis, ooh, big deal. Look what they're doing to the family at the worst time. I don't want people like that around me because I want better for my children. You can think I'm a black-hearted, cold-hearted bitch all day long. Think whatever you want to about me. If it makes me seem like this horrible pedestal fucking moral authority hall monitor, make me whatever you want to in your fucking head. But at the end of the day, I know where I fucking stand. Every single day. I don't have to go to bed worrying about riding a fucking fence to kiss people's asses and call it a job to exploit families going through their worst time.
Preach.
I don't have tolerance for the fucking bullshit to sit here and sugarcoat shit and make it palatable for all of you. This is my delivery. It's rough. It's not going to be sugarcoated because guess what's happening to these fucking families? Guess what they go home to every night? You have a hard time hearing me say it because I'm not sugarcoating the words and spoon feeding it to you like it's fucking cotton candy. Try being in one of these families' shoes. Try living, being surveilled by people that you've never met because they developed a fucking theory off of salacious rumors being started online about you. Try walking into a courtroom when you have a fucking missing child and having to file for a goddamn RO because you've been surveilled for 6 months while you only want your child to be brought home. And then come in here again and tell me that we need love. Start preaching that to the people that need to hear it, because I do this out of love. Love for my fellow human beings. Love for fellow victims. Love for survivors. Love for humanity. That I don't want to sit with motherfuckers that think it's okay to have a career exploiting these families at their worst fucking time. I don't want to call the EMT for help because I'm having a heart attack, only for that EMT to arrive and kick me in the fucking stomach. Come to find out that's their job. You call for help and awareness to be brought to your missing child, and the internet decides that they're going to play a real life game of fucking Clue with your life. They're going to paint you in any fucking narrative they motherfucking want that day. Because why? Because it's going to pay their fucking bills and turn their lights on. They feed their children off the backs of other missing children. Do you hear me? So while you come in here preaching to me that let's all love one another, you're preaching to the wrong motherfucker. I know where I stand. I can lay my head down on that pillow every motherfucking night and know exactly what I wake up standing for. I don't have to decide which side of the fucking street I'm going to land on today and blame guilt on somebody and say that I love their child more than they do, or that I've looked for their child more than they do, or that they care more, or that they're not doing this. Because guess what, motherfuckers? If one of my kids goes missing, I'm going to be an armadillo in the motherfucking corner, curled up in a ball, unable to function. So when you have all these expectations of what I should fucking do and what I shouldn't fucking do, kiss my fucking ass right now. You heard it? Kiss it. I'll even mark a spot for you. Because I'll be damned if you motherfuckers think it's your right to sit here and do this to family after family after family because you fucking think you know something. Because you think you know something off a stranger's life that you've never walked a day in their shoes. We have addiction around us. These families don't look fucking normal because they're the average fucking family. We have some that come from, they're more palatable to people's looks. They have the same type of shit. We have parents out here that are struggling with addiction. This is our society. And instead of helping another human being up at the worst time in their lives and bringing awareness and rallying together and waiting for law enforcement to pick this case apart bit by bit and figure out where Sebastian is, these motherfuckers have done everything to take the focus off of Sebastian. Every fucking thing to take Sebastian out of the focus. Nobody even says anything about Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers missing from Hendersonville, Tennessee. They talk about all these other creators that have inserted themselves because they fucking make a living off of exploiting this minor child. I think you might need to relearn the definition of love. Thank you for coming and visiting the island and the gifted memberships. I'm glad all of you are here and taking part in these conversations because these victims and their families deserve better. And it ain't a love or hate. It's a fuck this shit. Victims and their families deserve better. And that's it.
Welcome to the cabana.
And Kyle's singing now. Don't even.
We got a cabana boy.
There you go. There you go. Clip that shit. There you go. Clip it. There you can have Becky's on her pedestal again. She came back being that bitch. Yep. I am that bitch. Okay. I'm that fucking bitch every goddamn day. And if you guys think that I'm the out here playing games and doing these little kid things and in these cliques and talking shit, I don't do that shit. We talk about these stories behind the scenes. We talk about people going through their worst times. We don't talk about it just on here to make it palatable for all of you. These are the conversations I have with my friends off this app. We don't spend time talking about shit, trolling each other, doing that shit. We're taking part in these conversations actively because every one of the people I associate with has a story. and resonates with each one of these stories for their own reason. And they want change for victims. We don't just talk about it here. These are real things that we really see are wrong in society. I'm not coming in here. I don't have to put this on and give you a different side of me every fucking night to pay the light bill. Everything that happens here is incredible and a blessing. I'll say that. But I do this because it is a passion that burns inside me that just pisses me the fuck off. Watching how people can maneuver and lie in the faces and then cry victim while victimizing these families. The fucking audacity of some of you. That's why I say pick apart any fucking thing I say or do. Say whatever you want about me. Call me all the fucking names. I know where I sit every fucking night when I go to bed. Most of you don't. Because you talk about the shit when it suits you. You flip-flop and you make excuses for exploiting these families. And you call it true crime. We flying a helicopter or a drone? What are we flying? I don't know. I probably wouldn't want to be a co-pilot of anything.
Some Amelia Earhart shit. I'm putting a stop to it.
I do this because I fed into this shit. I realized I was easily sold a fucking story about a life of a stranger I didn't know. I don't have to change my story about what happened 2 years ago because I lived it. I walked it with a lot of these people in this chat. It was unbelievable watching how this was happening in real time. I wasn't faking it then. I'm not fake. People piss me off. Anyways, I could just fucking see nonsense after dark. Get her going. It just pisses me off. These people don't get it. It's poor.
How they interacted with each other, how they carried themselves, things like that. And I would say that both.
Hold on, I missed a couple things again. I'm so bad. Janice, again, thank you so much. Mimi of 8, thank you so much for the support. It means the world to me that you guys are here. Like, please don't ever make you feel like the members and shit are discounted, because you're not. I am so humbled by the support that I do get, truly. But to hear like some of the stories that get made up about me, you guys would, it's unfucking believable what people really like have developed in their heads of me. Sometimes you just gotta fucking laugh. Because it's really simple. I am a real simple bitch. When Brittany J calls me a simple bitch, you're right. I'm fucking simple. It is not a goddamn hard concept to realize that victims and their families deserve better. It really isn't. If I make you uncomfortable because I demand that, it's going to be loud. It needs to be in your face. Sorry, it's not pretty. What's happening to these families isn't pretty. I'm not going to make it all sugar-coated with a bow for you. Shit's not cute. But I am simple. The message is really simple. Victims and their families deserve better. And you take it up a special notch because you victimize yourself, cry victim while victimizing the families at their worst time. Like the irony, that's why you become one of the worst, because you just turn it and make yourself a victim like so many of these people do while victimizing the families. It's wild concepts over here.
Chris and Katie looked very, very tired and very sad.
They seemed very, very sad.
Yeah. And
I was surprised by that.
And Chris, to me, looked like.
Ben, law enforcement's going to solve this, my dude. Not an armchair detective. Like, you might have way too much faith in the people you watch.
He had aged 5 or 10 years since the
last time,
6 months ago.
Well, since seeing him on maybe Holly Thompson.
Like I don't think I even would have recognized him if I'd seen him out in public. You know,
you didn't even recognize him. I had to point them out.
Like, people need to remember to just saying it's really simple. Like, cover this fucking story with ethics. Talk about a missing kid. Talk about all the missing kids. Talk about why kids go missing. Talk about mental health with missing kids. Talk about a lot of the things. There's so much that could be talked about and spawned off of this conversation in an ethical, meaningful approach. If you're really a true crime creator and wanted to cover this, I'm not true crime, never claimed to be. I'm an asshole with a lot of opinions in a YouTube channel. That's all my fucking ass is here to do. Oh, Smiles, thank you so much. If you think a YouTuber is going to solve this, like, you unplug, my dude. Seriously.
That's not that unusual for me anyway. But they looked, she was very reserved.
Yep, they did. I'm going to rewind that. I'm glad Demon was listening. That right there. They acknowledge that. So they acknowledge that they saw all this go into action, that they saw Betty didn't have an attorney, that these orders went into place. Then they talked about how they reached out to Betty for commentary after there should be no third-party contact. Then they go through and they are like kind of being a little bit more biased. And now they acknowledge that they look tired.
He looked like he had aged 5 or 10 years since the
Last time.
6 months ago.
Well, since seeing him on maybe Holly
Like
Thompson.
I don't think I even would have recognized him if I'd seen him out in public. You know,
You didn't even recognize him. I had to point them out.
Well,
So this is what their interpretation of what this family looked like. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. I wasn't there. Okay. Yeah, we're about, I don't have to like his parents. I don't have to like, that's not up to me to determine. These are parents of a missing child. At the end of the day, that's it. I don't have to like these people. I'm not law enforcement. Even law enforcement shouldn't have a personal vested interest in their like or dislike of these people. This is not my job to blame somebody or place guilt on somebody.
That unusual for me anyway. But they looked what she.
And Ben, you're more than welcome here to take part in the conversation. Please don't feel, I just want to be very straight with you. Like, I know where you hang out and stuff, and I'm very thankful you came over and are listening and asking questions. But I don't have expectations of a YouTuber solving one of these crimes. Like, I'm not a true crime channel. That's not what I do. This is like, I'm not trying to solve cases, and I wish more people would like have open discussions around all the things with true crime cases, but wait for there to be a true crime case before you place guilt on somebody.
He was very reserved. He was looking around a bit and a little more, but and you know that they're all on their, you know, somebody said they're acting. Yeah, I mean, you know, they're all on their best.
I mean, can you imagine why somebody would look older in 6 months with having a missing child? I mean, I can't imagine the stress that would put you under.
Look how much older I look after.
Are you fucking joking?
Just having kids in the house.
Yeah, I mean, like, can you imagine? And they're acknowledging that, you know, in their opinion, they
behavior, of course.
I don't know. I got a vibe
for court, but and that doesn't really mean anything one way or the other.
Wild.
You know, as far as their involvement, because you could be innocent and of course very sad and without a lot of sleep, and you could have guilty knowledge and also be very tired and not getting sleep and sad.
I think the one that struck me the most though was Chris, believe it or not. Chris seemed really, really sad. And I don't know why. That's just what it seemed.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? No. They have a missing child.
Kathy looked like $1 million. She looked like she was getting ready to have a big business meeting. She looked lovely. And then Terry just kind of looked like Terry does in his picture. She pretty much looked the same.
A little more nervous energy with him, I think, actually.
Yes. Nana wants to know what vibe did I have? The vibe was just that they seem like grieving parents. I mean, I know that
was
if you put all the suspicions aside and all of the things that don't seem right in interviews and different things, and you just looked at these people without knowing all that, you would just see they looked sad and tired, like really, really tired.
Listen to this, and they can still defend Betty. I just can't. Katie K, thank you so much. Thank you for the support.
Tired and really, really sad.
Yeah. And I know if you've been following us, you know that most of our theories believe that, that Katie and Chris have some kind of guilty knowledge of what happened.
And then they roll into this. Like, why? Why do this? Why? Of course they're going to look tired. Can you imagine having a missing child for 6 months? Like, and being put through the goddamn hell that we've just watched, just the little things that you've caught being home. Can you imagine? And then having people say, well, you look like you've aged, or you look sad and tired. No shit, motherfucker. The fuck are these people expecting?
To Sebastian.
People have became so desensitized. Like, they have a missing kid.
That's where Arlene's are, But can I 100% say that? Of course I can't. So there's a part of me watching them go.
I so fucking wanted to like these people.
I kept thinking like, so what? What if they are absolutely innocent of any of this at all?
It made us question our beliefs. They really, you know, or our opinions, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, we were both feeling a little sympathy and empathy for them. That's just kind of, I mean, that's just how
we were feeling. Are you okay? And it especially grinds my gears with the ones that have a child on the spectrum. I think that grinds my gears a little more than anything else. I think that puts a special like twist to this for me that a lot of you might not understand. I'm the parent of a special needs child. I have a lot of parents of special needs children in my comment section. I can't imagine people expecting me to be the perfect parent to a child when you're learning as you go. And every kid with special needs, autism, anything, a chromosomal deletion, like has such a different need, lifestyle. Like they group them in and make it all one. They diminish what these are. They discount. Like it's horrifying to watch these people talk about this and the parents of missing children like this so openly, so proudly. You know what a struggle most of these people live every day? Do you know what it's like for parents of children that do elope? And this is the worst fear. Like there's so many things that people discredit here, and they take every fucking willingly jab at another family going through this. Like that might especially grind my gears. And then they use but I have a child on the spectrum, but my kid's autistic. There's a special grimy situation about that for me. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Does that bother you worse, maybe?
I felt about it. And, you know, it's one of the reasons we've been hesitant to meet any of these people in real life, because I think it might sway our opinion. You know, like
thank you for all being here and being a part of this conversation too. The chat's been fucking awesome tonight.
You meet someone and they win you over. It might cloud your judgment a bit. So we've kind of been a little standoffish for the most part with all three. And so I can see why.
SS in the chat.
I don't know how we'll play this going forward, but
I mean, it does.
They're willing, like they're openly admitting, like, I don't know how we'll play this going forward. Can we go back to basing it on the facts from law enforcement? Like, what happened to that? I don't know how we're going to play this going forward, meaning I don't know which way we're going to swing with our content of who's going to be guilty, if we're going to show empathy and care to this and just stick to the facts about him. Like, that is what they're openly saying. How fucking sad. How fucking sad. I don't even understand this shit.
It does factor in, but then you start going, okay, well, but this, but this, but this. And it did factor. I mean, I felt really bad for them today.
I did too.
And this one pisses me off. I just got to throw this in there. Remind me to comment on some videos that are being done on me.
Actually,
I teared up. I teared up in the courtroom.
So. I felt bad for all of them, because we don't know the circumstances or the situation of anything that happened in any reality. We've got theories. They've got leading theories, but they're, you know, like I was saying before, if I'm sitting on a jury right now and I were presented with all the evidence that we've got right now, I couldn't convict anybody of anything.
Okay. Two things.
Yeah.
I am Two Bear. Hi, nice to see you tonight. Did the judge seem familiar with them, friends?
I don't think so. No. I didn't get a friend vibe. I think he probably had read it prior.
Right. I mean,
a really good question that relates to that. And said, didn't they have to have shown the judge some evidences to get her gun taken away?
Well, no. Does this not work where they present their evidence and the judge reviews it and then just comes in and does it's not like it's a trial or anything. He reviews the evidence and then comes in and makes his judgment.
It's close.
Right?
I mean, it's like a civil case, but it's about as close to a
for
criminal case because it has criminal implications.
But for a protective order, would they always take everyone's guns away? Is that standard procedure, or is it because of mentions of that in some of her areas?
It is.
It's a standard question on a TO or RO, sorry, TO, bleh, an RO form, whether they have to surrender their weapons or not. That's
And it is in all the stuff that I read about it, but I don't know if the judge has discretion or not to.
yes, they can choose.
I would guess a judge could write up an order and make an exception, like if someone were a police officer or something. I bet they could if they wanted to.
Can I go to
I don't know.
Can I
but
go to the
it's
next one?
definitely in the, it's not out of bounds. It's definitely part of the expectation because we
Okay.
knew that she would likely lose the gun today.
I have a statement to say about this. And Spoiled Rotten, please.
I don't know how it is in Tennessee, but some states they have so many days to like take them in and turn them over to somebody, or I think it will vary like how she has to go about that, from my understanding.
We do not think you're being rude, but go ahead.
I'm hesitant to say much about like what I think is all included in that, because every one of them is so different depending on the way it's specifically worded in the actual order. There's standard boxes on them usually that, but state by state, I'm not really sure either.
Didn't read that.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be rude, but you guys
Yeah, it seems like they've not spent much time in a courtroom.
are surprised because you have never listened to or taken into account their side.
Actually,
okay, here's an interesting question. Actually, how many of you have been in a courtroom? Put 1 if you have, and 2 if you've never been in a courtroom, please. 1 if you've been in a courtroom under court proceedings and like standard stuff, or 2 if you've never. And I'm not talking like traffic court either, like a traffic ticket. I'm talking like family court, criminal court, something like that. Something with a little bit more meat and potatoes rather than just plain and fine. Okay, I would almost say at least, I don't think I've seen a 2 yet. Oh, there's one. Sending good karma. You've never been in a courtroom. There's another one. Okay. Okay. So most of you have. Okay. Perfect. Star witness. No shit. You were a witness. Okay, here's another question. How many of you have sat on a jury? Put a 1 if you've, well, wait, put a 3 if you've sat on a jury and a 4 if you haven't. 3 if you've sat on a jury, 4 if you haven't. Now, this is interesting. You're a felon by proxy, 100. Oh, a lot of you have actually done jury duty. It's about 50-50. Do you see that?
What?
That's interesting.
I
Jury duty.
I was consoling our animals. What the fuck is that?
What?
That.
Oh, that's a big ol' ass bug.
Get it.
What the hell is that thing? Hold on. I gotta show you guys this. Did you hear Kyle just sick me on a bug? What is that motherfucker? It's coming at me. What is that? Sorry. Call PETA. I don't have lashes on.
Ew.
Oh, it's still moving. What is that thing? It's a goner now.
Yeah.
Wait, is that a hornet?
No.
That's a weird looking motherfucker. Do you hear Kyle's? No, it wasn't a stink bug. That motherfucker was huge. It was big.
Should I get my
It was a 50-cent piece. Okay, call PETA again. Anyways, what was I saying? That was a squirrel. Okay, juries. Okay. We went from serious conversation into me squashing a bug. Poor Kyle's over the, you guys, he grabbed a weapon. You realize that, right? What did you have in your hand?
My drink.
He was going to take me out with the fly swatter. He's got a freaking fly swatter sitting right here next to him. You guys realize that, right? He grabbed a fly swatter. He jumped up. Poor bug. Oh.
See, I'm not the only one.
Kyle was threatened for his life for a moment there.
If somebody breaks in,
This almost became a true crime
or
case.
Sasquatch shows up,
Death by bug.
I'll fight him to the death. But
see, that
if it's got legs,
this is going to be our
and it's
legacy.
fucking small,
You're going to have a goddamn heart attack from a bug.
a spider.
You're going to fall over, keel over, and the internet is going to say I killed you. And meanwhile, it was the fucking cockroach.
No, because it'll be like my 37th concussion.
I'm going to go to fucking prison for harming you when it was actually the fucking roach that scared you.
Well, no.
That's going to be our legacy.
No, it's not. It doesn't scare me. It's just I don't really want to.
Bugs in Arizona are huge.
Because I would use like a cannon to try to kill that.
I'm doomed. We're doomed. There's our legacy. Death by insects. Revival, get writing.
Well, that was great, by the way.
Did you hear Kyle Revival?
That was hilarious.
Revivals. Yeah, that was the funniest shit. I laughed so fucking hard at that. It was great. I had to read it to Kyle as soon as he got home. Kyle will testify. No, he's dead. Kyle's the goner from the bug. I'm going to become a true crime case. Lord help us all. Okay, anyways, back to this. How did we end up there? This is truly nonsense after dark.
Because
I'll testify.
There's mutant animals out in the desert.
They watched me get stung by a hornet on here too.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, the thing's buried in my arm, Kyle.
At least you didn't see the one on your foot.
Oh my God, I couldn't even get out of bed. Okay.
On the contrary, we listen to both sides of the argument on a daily basis.
Absolutely.
I mean,
we do.
Every interview that they've done, every time that they've spoken
I
out.
listen to creators that support them. I listen to creators that support them today that were also in the courtroom. So,
we take it. I take into every.
Janice. Janice cannot text me anymore during the show because I about just fucking keeled over right there. Oh my God, she's killing me tonight.
Possible theory. I listen to people that I don't typically listen to hear what points they're making.
I listen to people I don't typically listen to. So yes, they are hearing the conversation.
See if there's any validity to it.
I listen to a wide variety of people to try to, because I don't want to have a one-sided view.
But you have.
I know you don't either.
I think all of our theories are based on the facts that we've gathered, not because we think this person.
Oh my God, if they've gathered the facts, if they've gathered the fucking facts and they got here, you guys. Ben George, mad props for coming over here. A lot of people won't. And respectfully having a conversation. I got to give you credit for that shit. Truly. A lot of people are a little hesitant to come in here. And truly, we're not that bad. It's just a very big passion. Like people, like it's a fucking thing. Yeah, the facts wouldn't have led them there.
Person said this, so it has to be their fault.
And I'm right. I was gonna say, on the contrary, we don't want them. We've said this a million times on our show, is that we don't want them to be guilty. We don't want we want it to be quite the opposite.
Yeah, we can ask.
You've been nothing but respectful to me. I have no reason to. This is something to me that's everybody should be talking about. Like what Betty did was over the line. But she's not the only one doing it. Just because people aren't out there in person doesn't mean they're not doing this. Like there is a way that people can advocate in their own ways, I guess. Some of them call themselves advocates is why I say that. Betty, if you really want to advocate for victims and their families, then be factual about their stories. Give the victim dignity. That's the first thing about advocacy, in my opinion. Like if you were to advocate for somebody, it's to give the person you're advocating for dignity, right? Not saying that you're a freaking package or that you're defective or that children should be euthanized or fucking, I could go on and on and on with just some of the shit Betty said.
This occasionally, and I would say, well, initially we just assumed they were innocent. If we had a bias, our bias was that it was like our situation where we had a child with autism that when he was younger would leave the house and we'd have to go find him. We never had a situation where he was gone for any.
Am's over here sending me the firearms PDF documents. These guys are amazing. Order of protection. Yes. Yep. See, she'll have to do whatever is written on the order.
10 minutes.
10 minutes basically. But we always kind of live with that fear. So when we heard the story, we just assumed that was the case. It wasn't until
The kicker is the one thing I wish I would have left in that video that I cut down of the 5 hours. The only thing I wish I would have kept in there was the part when they start talking about, oh shit. It just slipped my head because I just looked down and read that comment about, the pieces. Oh God. That and the fact that her military friends have an appetite, like that still just sends shivers down my spine. Sorry, I totally lost what I was saying because I read that comment. Just thinking about some of the things that she's referred to him as, and then like I don't understand how anybody thinks it's acceptable to talk about a missing, like I can't imagine. I just can't imagine. Quinny, it'll be interesting if that's the case.
There are actions that we started to doubt it. But we're seeking truth. I don't have
whoever's going to bed.
I don't have an agenda. I don't care about being, proven right on anything at all.
No.
Yeah, and the intentional disrespect of their name because they've developed opinions of this family. God, we came back on with a fire tonight. We've been here almost 3 hours and I'm just running my mouth.
In fact, you'll hear me say this all the time if you follow us. If I'm wrong about something, please correct me. We're seeking facts. We avoid. Okay,
then if you really want to have a conversation with somebody, maybe reach out to like the facts are from TBI. Like that's the only thing we know is what law enforcement has told us. There's not all these salacious things like, yuck.
Anonymous sources. We try to, this is a truth-seeking operation over
here. No. Anonymous sources don't work in this. You are making allegations and accusations and salacious theories off of anonymous sources like Terry Lynn. My God, people, what are we doing? That was early on that she made her debut in this case and intentionally was inserting false narratives and rumors and shit from jump. Like people are intentionally feeding people misinformation to get them to run with it. That is happening in real time. People are intentionally playing games in this case, still to this day, and have all along, and are doing it under the guise that they're searching for Sebastian. Like, how sick? I know did he say, wait, SF, not anonymous sources? Hold on. If that was, but somebody else took an anonymous source, Betty, and made a claim about BHB's mental health. That's why I'm so pissed about anonymous sources. I hope you're right. Hold on. Let me rewind.
Try to doubt it. But we're seeking truth. I don't have we don't have an agenda. I don't care about being, proven right on anything at all.
No.
In fact, you'll hear me say this all the time if you follow us. If I'm wrong about something, please correct me. We're seeking facts. We avoid anonymous sources.
We avoid anonymous sources. You are correct. I apologize for that. But still, I stand where I stand. They still are taking up for Betty. They met up with Betty. Now, hear me out, SF, because you can like these people, but do you understand that they're condoning what Betty has done? They want facts, and the facts lead you to law enforcement doesn't know how Sebastian disappeared. Sebastian's not home. There's not even a crime that's been committed at this point in time based off of the evidence in this case. It's not even a case. It's the story of a missing child. We don't know. Is there things that are questionable? Absolutely. Anybody could say any different thing. There's too many gaps in what is known. Sebastian is still missing. And they support the person who is harassing and stalking openly on the internet and then claimed back in January of 2023 that she wanted stricter cyber rules for people stalking her and surveilling her online. And she is actively doing this today. They're against anonymous sources, but BHB came out here the other day and made a huge accusation against the mother of a missing child about her mental health status. Not factual at all. Not at all. But that was an anonymous source. And can you imagine if that would have been true? Oh my gosh, the mother of a missing child is struggling with her mental health and is really, really struggling and potentially could. And instead of a content creator being concerned, they made it into content because an anonymous email came in, right? So if that was true, let's just take for instance, even though it wasn't, what if that was the case? And that YouTuber decided to make it into content and push a little bit further. Think about that. She's all excited to release this juicy gossip that, her mental health. What if that was the case? I can't even imagine the emotions some of these families go through at that time. Truly, can you? Can you put yourself in these shoes? I'd love to hear all of you guys in these shoes. I can't imagine being in their shoes. Truly, any of them. I would have lost my shit a long time ago. And I say that every day when I talk about this case with anybody.
The cat looks
What?
the cat that looks like Mama. It's not her.
It's not?
I kept fatter and
Okay, good. Thank God.
and it's not as white.
So we have another stray, but it's not Mom.
It looks
So
exactly, but if you look at the feet, it's
great.
not as white.
We've got another stray.
Oh no.
Yeah, there's a new one out there, so she's got a new project.
Sweet baby.
Oh, lovely. And we rescue fucking every neighborhood cat in the feral cat community around here too. That's another hobby around here. Anyways, yeah, I wouldn't survive. None of this. I'm gonna give it one more minute and then we're done.
We try to, this is a truth-seeking operation over here. So if we're wrong about something, we want to know it.
That's right.
So it's welcome.
And also,
we don't mind admitting when we're wrong either.
Absolutely not.
No.
We'll laugh about it maybe. But.
And Tit for Tat has a super chat, but I cannot get it to come up.
Tit for Tat also gifted a membership.
There's nothing. It's not that hard to follow the facts of this case. Truly, it's really not.
Thank you, Tit for Tat.
Thank you, Lady Tit for
That was
Tat.
very sweet. I will tell you who got it here in 1 second after I do my start.
Kenzie and her big heart cost me a lot of money because cats are expensive. Because she won't feed them cheap food. She doesn't want them having belly aches.
They eat better than I do.
They get their 3 litter boxes changed twice a day.
I'm sorry.
Those cats are babied.
I take that back. I eat pretty good.
And that's just the inside ones.
Stars.
And I know that might surprise people to think that we were feeling a lot of sympathy for them, but we really were. I mean,
Oh, Revival. Gotcha. I forget about that.
That's just what we felt.
It's really
it doesn't
far
change
down.
the facts of anything,
There
but
it is.
I felt bad for Katie and Chris in particular.
And thank you, Lady Tit for Tat. You're the best moderator ever. We appreciate you. Actually, we appreciate all 3 of you very much.
And I know, Lady, you're right. In my opinion, allegedly, Chris and his family have
We don't have that much longer to go.
been to court for the last 7 years for their custody battle. They know how to behave in court. Just my 2 cents. I know
You're right.
I know
It's
you're
just,
right.
when
Nothing to do with behavior.
See, my mods are coming in clutch tonight. My mods rock. Can I just give my mods a shout out really quick? I know I sound like all the other YouTubers that say they have. I really genuinely, though, my mods are coming in clutch tonight. And friends that don't have their wrenches tonight. Janice over here. All of you guys, thank you for filling in the gaps of things that I didn't know about the burnt toast stuff with the copyright shit, the copyright ship. Yep. Chasing. Thank you all. Like people are playing like that's. I think this was a pretty good stream to show how many different people are catching different things that are going on. Like this conversation is incredible the way it's spreading. And people are finding shit. These people are doing the most. All of these people, the reporter room bitch, like Betty, this is all grimy and unnecessary.
You're absolutely.
There's something very different too about seeing people on interviews and dissecting their interviews than to see them in person. It's
Yeah.
very different.
I mean, I didn't expect them to act like rowdy or to hit,
Oh, yeah.
I didn't expect like those late night Chris phone.
They've dissected those phone calls over and over again, but yet they don't say anything about Seth's late night call-ins either. Like, if we're gonna give, like, can't we just? Yeah, I was hard on Seth because the way it was done. Yeah, sorry. I'm gonna leave my mouth shut now.
That at all.
Wasn't done with.
It was just this. It was just the overall sadness and exhaustion you can see on both their faces.
Yeah,
so,
it is.
It was just, but like I said, that actually doesn't mean anything because you could be. It could. There's a lot of these things that happen where it can things can confirm your biases or not. Like You know how like Chris just gave $1,000 to fund some billboards with a YouTuber.
Watch his acknowledgement of this. This is the wildest thing.
And if you are someone that thinks that Chris is innocent, you're like, well, of course he paid $1,000 to fund a billboard. He's looking for his stepson. But if you're someone that thinks that he, has some guilty knowledge, then you're like, oh, well, there's some kind of scheme or scam that he's running, or he's just doing it for, to try to look good now, and that kind of thing. And then the same thing happens to Seth too. Like Seth is doing his rally Saturday, having a vigil. He's not even like taking the proceeds; he's giving it to a mutt motel. And if you think that Seth is innocent, then you think, well, of course he would do this. He's having a vigil, raising awareness.
I don't have a problem with any of them doing something. Truly, I don't. Like, they should be getting awareness out there about Sebastian. I don't have a problem with any of that on either side of it.
Who can stand watching this shit?
It's really annoying. But that's their options as parents. People have been questioning the Michaela's Mutts situation. It's a legitimate business. Their tax donation status, last I looked, was expired. I don't know if it's in the process. I have no idea. But at the end of the day, they're trying to get awareness out there about Sebastian. So I don't have nothing negative to say there. If they're doing billboards and fun, like, keep Sebastian's name out there. It's all the other side noise that I have an issue with.
Awareness and not even pocketing the money. But if you feel differently about Seth and think then it's it's some kind of scam, he's going to keep all the money or whatever, and he's doing it for other reasons. And it's like these guys can't win. Actually, at this point, there's so many of us that have followed this case from the beginning. People are really kind of dug in.
I'll read this section before I get off here.
On their positions on them, and very few people really change that opinion. That those first impressions over those first few months, they're baked in. So I really don't think there's a lot these guys can do going forward to change, like, our opinions, like not the true crime community people
Right.
That have been following this case. People are pretty well in whether you like these guys or not, or believe they have innocence or guilt or not. It's just interesting to me. Abigail says,
Abigail's
we feel
our
bad.
new member.
Oh yes, should recognize the baby. Why feel bad for these people after what they had done to Sebastian? I know. I know.
Well,
I know what you're.
Music City Mom, I didn't think about that part of it. I forgot about that. But aren't they everything that's raised is supposed to be going to that rescue, right? I guess there's no way of tracking.
I understand what you're saying, but we don't know.
We don't know. And I know that
that's the thing is, like, we shouldn't even have to question the validity of, like, we shouldn't. It's just unfortunate. All of this was so unnecessary.
Someone mentioned, why feel bad about them? Have you listened to how Chris talks about Sebastian?
Oh,
And
absolutely.
absolutely.
And
there
that
were-
clouds us.
Yes,
I
it
know.
does cloud the judgment, and it does keep you from feeling sorry for them. They're
This is what I just don't hear. I don't hear this disparaging, like all these people have said. I'm sorry, I don't.
just kind of giving you their impression today and how they felt today.
We try to go.
I think we could find it in all their statements. If you really wanted to pick something and, like, have that narrative, you could absolutely find something to fit that narrative. I think everybody should acknowledge that.
Go into everything with an open.
They're going through hell of a time. Like, I don't know how this is supposed to come off to anybody.
Mind and just kind of I don't know, take in what's going on and kind of make our judgments there. And we didn't even discuss it until we got home, and we didn't come home for a few hours, and we didn't even discuss it till we came home. And I said, I just really felt bad for them today. And he said, that's crazy, because that's the way I felt.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just what it is. Like I said, it's very different seeing somebody in person.
I think it's just like, even if people have done some horrible things in their life, it's just hard to watch people that look like they're hurting under any circumstances, even if
they're acknowledging that they look like they're hurting, is what their interpretation is.
kind of brought it on themselves.
This is a good example.
They kind of brought it on themselves. Oh my God.
We just felt it.
This is a good example. Seth is here, and Seth says,
Seth says, I don't feel bad for
Welcome,
them.
Seth.
Hi, Seth. Welcome back. I don't feel bad for them at all. I have been dragged through hell, and the real victim is Sebastian Wayne.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right.
And
You're
we
right.
we also in turn feel
Chris and Katie have not dragged him through the mud. They have not. They have not. Sorry, I'm going to call it what it is. They have not. No, I wasn't, SF. I was not. I truly wasn't. The only reason I had a problem with Seth was because of what was said and how it was done on BJ's. It was the way it was done. I didn't have a problem with him calling into most of the shows. the lab, stuff like that. I had a problem with some of the things that he said and then misrepresented later down the road. But I didn't have a problem calling into those shows. That's a thing for me though. Like, it's not about them calling in. Like, I don't know how I'd function in these places either, truly. So that's not what I'm judging. I'm judging the things that come out of their mouth. I think you could read into the sling blade thing very deeply if you wanted to, just like I could have read into the stuff with the other stuff way further than I did. And I went far and stopped myself as is because it was horrifying. It was terrifying. But add that up with everything. Yeah, it was a bad situation. And I knew that it was a trigger for me and I stepped away. We can read into anything. But at the end of the day, I'm going to ask you again, what are they guilty of? Where is your evidence to have a problem with them calling into shows? We don't even know what happened here. So you dislike them, not because of him pretending to be Sling Blade for a moment, because you assume that this man did something to a missing child. You don't dislike this man because of his Sling Blade impersonation. You dislike this man because you have an opinion of guilt. But we don't have evidence to prove that. It's all weird. It's a little, none of this is going to look good. None of this is going to look good at all by any of them because it's under a microscope. And we're all going to have different interpretations of another person's actions. I can't imagine having a missing child and having people judge me like this.
Equally bad for you. It was just, it was different because I've had a lot of opinions about that side for a while. And I don't know, they just seemed very haggard and tired. And
we went from, they weren't sure how they were going to play this going forward. Well, I guess they just made their decision. Here you go.
And
but you know that those kinds of things can also be brought about through the stress of what's going on, and that doesn't mean
I agree.
That doesn't mean that they're not associated.
Mother of two boys, I agree with you with that. I think he would too. I think the love for his son is genuine, but I almost wonder at times if his hatred of Katie doesn't outweigh that. And I'm sure he's angry. I don't know how I would feel at the end of the day either. So it's not my place to really say. But sometimes it comes across like his hatred for Katie outweighs his love for Sebastian, because if he's willing to do and say some of the things he has about his son's mother when there's no proof right now, and he knows that, he said that openly. He said that so many times out of his own mouth. Chris was in Memphis. There's things that are going to come out in the end of this. I have a feeling like the body cam footage of who was at the house when he arrived, because police were on scene already. So at the end of the day, when this case is ever a case and closed or whatever the case is, when people start getting body cam footage, like things are going to come out down the road that I think are going to shock all of us, because all of that interaction over the first few days with law enforcement and stuff will be on body cam footage. But we don't even have a crime right now to even jump to these crazy speculations and theories. I think he is desperate, but I think he's also intentionally misrepresented a lot of what's going on because of his of his ex-wife, excuse me. And it's really sad because he's aligned himself with some of the worst who are willing to do anything to hurt people. And while he's been exploited, I think he's also fallen into that himself. Again, he reached out to all of these people intentionally and hand selected his team. He's very proud about having control over that. I'm not saying that to make him seem guilty or judge him in any way, shape, or form. He has been very proud of making sure people know that he picked these people. And he's the boss. He's in charge. And there's a constant running theme. Every time they have a blow up with the creator, it's because the creator started to kind of start asking questions about people that have surrounded himself or themselves with him and their questionable character, because they worry that he is being exploited further a lot of times. And he defends these people a lot of times. It's just really sad. It's truly sad. All of it, all the way around. No matter which way you want to view this, it's sad. But Katie's not out here doing that. And I've got to acknowledge that. People are so hell-bent and pissed that she's been quiet. But she's also allowed... What are you going to say? Nothing you can say in this situation is going to be enough.
If one of ours was missing, I would be on.
I don't know, like our expectation of these parents that are going through, like, I don't know.
The stress of what's happened in whatever, I don't know how to say that without saying it ugly, but whatever that part they've played, that stress is getting to them as well. And that is going to wear you down over time.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of like the thing I was just saying a few minutes ago about the money, you know, with Chris donating the money. If
They all know that Sebastian loved all of them too. Like they know that. Anyways, okay, we've been here 3 hours. I can't watch anymore. Do you guys want me to go a couple more minutes?
if you're pro Chris innocent, then it confirms that. If you're not, then it confirms the other way. And
how about pro Chris innocent? If you're pro Chris innocent, do you hear what this man is saying? If you're pro Chris innocent, Chris was in Memphis at work. Law enforcement says that they have cooperated fully, meaning that their alibis would have been vetted first and foremost numerous times by numerous different agencies. There is no evidence that law enforcement has even came out. Like, what the fuck here? This is the whole narrative. What the fuck, man?
Yeah, it just depends on what perspective you have, you know.
And we try to keep an open mind. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's okay.
Oh, Alpine, I'm not going to play a clip. I want to give a shout out to the one looking real desperate.
I was reading some of the chats.
I mean, it's just going crazy.
And it could have been an act too. I don't, like we said, I don't know them. I don't have a baseline. It's the first time I've ever seen them.
And we respect you, Seth, and we
absolutely. And it might be a good time to just tell.
We respect you, Seth. I can't with this. They can respect them, but why aren't Chris and Katie getting the same amount of respect? What did they do?
About the weekend, what they're having, and then we can come back.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're not familiar,
I've got to find it again.
What did Chris and Katie do publicly to lose? Like, I don't get this. Why is the sides? We don't even have a missing child.
Together a rally. I've got it memorized this time.
You think I would have it handy, but I do not.
Yeah, so that rally is going to be on Saturday. It starts at 2:00, and they're going to ride at 3. So it's like a motorcycle rally, but I think you can take your car if you like. And then the vigil starts at.
Okay, yeah, we're done. All right, I'm going to read you guys this. This is just ridiculous. So Am has been looking up federal firearms stuff, or like the declarations. She even found like the turn-in sheet and everything on the internet of all this firearm stuff. Hold on, let me go to the one I want to read. Okay, she sent me just a part of it, so I'm going to read a part of it, but I'll drop the link in the chat so you guys can go look it up later and see if you want to read it. Individuals required to depossess firearms currently have 3 options. They can relinquish their firearms to law enforcement. They can sell their firearms to a licensed dealer, someone that has an FFA license, or they can transfer them to a third party who is not otherwise prohibited from possessing firearms. Thanks, Ben George. Thanks for the support. Aussie Trisha, thank you so much for the support. Thank you for being here. Those required to depossess are instructed to do so by the court. They must also complete a return form and return a form to the court attesting that they relinquish all firearms. Oh, so they're wow. Currently, there's no legal consequence for not returning the form. Third parties who take possession of firearms are not required to complete any legal paperwork acknowledging the responsibility that they are undertaking. The offender is not required to provide the name or address of the third party. The third party does not have to sign any documents, nor are they required to undergo a background check to determine whether or not they are legally allowed to possess firearms. It is not currently against the law for the third party to return firearms to the offender. What the fuck? This is the dangerous loophole that we seek to close. Tennessee is 5th in the nation for women murdered by men. That's the safetennesseeproject.org. That's on that website. Holy shit. I'm going to drop that I'm going to drop that link so you guys can see what I was reading from. Holy shit. I've never looked into their laws. Hopefully that's outdated and been changed by now. Yeah, Jack's mom, 100% agree with you. Okay, I dropped that. That's what I was reading from. I encourage you guys to go. I'll drop the other links that she sent me to. There's more that she sent about like the different laws in Tennessee and how some of that could go. None of us really know what's going to happen yet. I think there's a little to be seen yet of what's going to happen down here. There's another one. There's some for you guys that want to go look into that and see if there's options or if you can read through it, if you, whatever you want to do. So I heard you bitches talking about me. It's just so fucking funny because I've never, like, this one chick at band camp, this one time at band camp, she was so irrelevant. I couldn't tell you nothing about her besides she sits on panels and like drones on and on and on, kind of like I'm doing right now. Her name's Megan. And I just pity a fool. Like I truly like, I got sent a picture, Miss Tube Top, whatever the fuck your name is. The fucking hysteria it gives me to watch these people rewrite shit. Truly, I get the biggest giggles out of this shit. You would not even believe how much giddiness it gives me to listen to these fucking dumb bitches sit and twist and turn lies about me. If you think for 1 second that they have came up with some fucking amazing good ones. Fucking spins and twists that just make your head spin. I'm like, God damn, they're good storytellers.
Oh, shit.
Inside, thank you. Then we're done. But they're creative. They're really creative. No, they want attention. They want promoted, and that's one bitch I will not promote. Nope, sorry, not gonna happen. That's one bitch I will not review. Nope, that door's shut. Fuck that shit. Like, single white female, I can smell them from here. Like, been here all around, never left. Buy into the bullshit. Believe what you want. Believe whatever you want. Go sit with them. They'll pull out a table for you. It's called the 1-800 fucking get fucked hotline. It's the nonsense hate support group. There you go. Go on. Have fun sitting over there. Come up with some better lies. So far, I've sent T. Kelly after Peggy. That's always one of my favorite lies that gets told out here that I just fucking crack up. And I've made the YouTube Liar Hall of Fame. I'm on a game show called The Game of Thrones, which is fucking hysterical to me too. Not offended at all, truly. Every time that the stories get told, they get rewrote with new additional pieces to them that I didn't know I was capable of doing at the same time of doing all this other shit and ruining all these people's lives and single-handedly destroying people that are living their lives that never got charged with a single thing. But I framed so many people and set up so many people and committed so many criminal acts that I don't even have a traffic ticket. Okay. But anywho, carrying on. It is fucking hysterical. Continue to rewrite whatever you fucking want. Carry on. I heard. I saw. I laughed. You're a victim of your own circumstances, all of you that are doing that. When I say it's not fucking personal, it's not personal for me. I don't know these people. They're strangers to me. It's not that deep, truly. You make it personal because you become the victim and you overshadow the victims themselves. So ups the ante a little bit. Because you take really low jabs and claim that I'm doing things that I'm not even doing. When you continue to lie about me, of course, it's going to become a little bit personal feeling to you and people that watch it, maybe even too, because I'm pretty strong where I stand. People create the craziest shit in their heads that I'm doing. And I'm like, where's the proof that I've ever done any of this? There's none, because I've never done any of that shit. But if you want to believe that shit, please. Please do. I think they meet for support groups on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 a.m. Probably runs to 8 p.m. When you get accused of saying that that you claimed a man sexually harassed you on the internet, I never said that. I never even talked to this man. I avoided any and all contact with this man. Told him no means no. I don't want to have contact with him. And they try to spin it into that I was claiming that this man was coming on to me or that he sexually harassed me. I never said those words, never once. But that's the type of bitch you're fucking with that wants to throw out stupid allegations like that over somebody that I've never even had any interaction with, nor would I ever say that about somebody on this app. Because I'm never going to allow you in my circle for that to even happen. That's the type of people you're sitting with. Sit there, please. Please sit there. Please sit with the people that are willingly reading out our reports to shame them. And then get pissed and say that I'm a page troll for said creator because I think what they're doing is disgusting. I don't have to like the creator they're doing it to. It's disgusting to do to anybody. I would say the same thing if it was done to one of them.
Yeah, we got the Australians on our side.
I love the Aussies.
Yeah, we'll break dance you.
Go sit there. Please, let them pull out the chair for you, Sarah. They might even give you a crown over there. You might find the best friends. The 3 best friends that anyone could have. The 3 best friends. I got my people. I'm good. We ain't going back down that road. I've been there. Not interested. Boring. Fucking funny as fuck. Because they tag team back again. I came out with 2 pre-recorded videos to show the lies repeatedly that somebody had created in themselves, blaming somebody for sharing supposed things with me that never were shared with me, that we've never had a conversation about shit like that. But she interpreted it that way and made up this whole story in her head and told people that. And shit that never happened. Conversations that I've never had. Cut somebody real deep. And when I pointed that out, then she called in for backup and they went and got the B team to come back in. You got pulled off the bench again. Time to go at nonsense. I can't do it on my own. Let's go rally the troops.
Hi, Janice. I'm still here.
You bitches are weird. And the only thing you had to do was give a little dignity to the victim and his family. Stop lying about shit. You sat there and let a man lie like that one. Ugh, never mind. I'm not even going there. But she called, all of them were live at the same time going over. It was so fucking funny to me. I was dying. I was getting screenshots. Look at this. I'm like, nope, not watching it. Could care less. Like, just laughed my ass off. People were really worried that I'd be upset. I watched a couple minutes of it, laughed my fucking ass off at the rewrite attempts, checked out. Could care less. Nope. Sorry. Anywho, that's what I gotta say about that. And just remember, Nonsense isn't who was the first one to really even expose that ass. Burnt Toast did that. Because that said person decided to lie about artwork on her wall that she claimed she did herself. That's embarrassing. Truly. Anywho. All right, y'all. I'm out. I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your weekend.
Yeah, I know, Janice. I'm getting on it.
I probably won't see you guys until, well, I don't know. Depending on what goes on this weekend. I don't know what's going on yet. So
let's have a pool live tomorrow.
A pool live tomorrow? It's been so hot. Catherine, thanks for being here. Thank you all for being here. Hanging out with me at a really weird time. Oh, good, Katie. Okay, good. That gives me some relief. I'm glad. Good night, Layla. Good night, Roro. Y'all Nana's not drunk. Good night, everybody. That Michelle, Duchess. TREATZ for the safety of all dog parents.
We could try
Janice.
deflectionists. We could try.
This was a rally the troops. I'm sure it'll be attempted to be struck because I showed content under fair use for educational and entertainment purposes only. Because she said, I want my fucking free 99 back. By the way, ma'am, you told us, and that's false advertising. I got a problem with that. I might have to talk to the FTC because you said you were going to teach us how to investigate suspects, potential suspects, how to investigate crime scenes and how to investigate crimes. And the only thing we really saw was what a fucking train wreck of a disaster, in my opinion, you are. You guys think this is continued to be okay to do to victims and their families? To even attempt to copyright a victim's name, a missing child's name, and a title of a YouTube video because you are a petty ass, ignorant scoundrel that thinks that it's acceptable to do this to parents of a missing child because you want a video on fucking YouTube? Are you joking right now? I want my free 99 back. That's a disappointment. That's some shady ass shit.
Good night, Roro.
Good night, SS. Good night, Whispers, Cherokee Girl, everybody in here. Good night.
Good night, Sparrow.
By the way, for those in the bushes, it's really not that hard to not be a fucking asshole. You can be an asshole, but you can also be an empathetic asshole too.
Thank
you can be both.
Julie.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thank you, mods.